Yo, RX back with another stream. We back. Finally doing the 100 sub celebration stream. Long overdue. AK was meant to be done yesterday, but shit happened. And we're doing it tonight, so sorry about moving the stream back a night, but I don't think you'll mind too much, because most of the people who watch me watched the main reason we didn't stream last night. You know what I'm talking about. So yeah, had to be moved to tonight, but so now you're not getting left empty-handed on a Monday night. So what's up, gang? Let's celebrate. Let's talk MMA and whatever other bullshit comes into the conversation on this beautiful Monday night in the beginning of June 2025. Let's see where the night takes us for an hour, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, I'm not Moss. I'm not gonna go 7 hours, but we'll see how long we go. That stream we did on Thursday was fucking beautiful. The after party stream on Saturday was alright. Nothing special, but it was alright. Chill little bullshit. That ending, how many idiots does it take to figure out you can't raid until you hit 1,000 subs? Yeah, not my proudest moment on the internet, but it happens. And yeah, so that's my intro out of the way. And speak of the devil who couldn't figure out how a raid works either, JMO, my best mod, until J Beers gets here. No. What's up, JMO? How are you doing on this? Well, I know how you're doing, but I'll pretend. How are you doing on this fine Monday night? J Beers, the man who got me raided. What's up? What do you mean? What happened? Can you explain that question a little more? Bruh, I'm kidding, Jamie. You know you're my best mod. No offense, J Beers, but we know Jamie's number one. So he brings us more views. If you want to if you want to take a nap on stream again tonight, I'll allow it. And yeah, doing all right. Well, yeah, that's exactly what I knew you would say. Hopefully, this makes everyone's night a little bit better, or worse, mainly worse. I came in late. I didn't know what you were talking about. Oh yeah, I was just talking about. I was just doing my little intro. I don't know if you saw the end of the after party stream on Saturday. If you didn't, go watch it. Me and Jamie, we're not very bright, is what I'll say. So when this stream is done, go check that out. Thank you for getting Moss to rate me. By the way, that's what Jamie told me. I don't know how true that is. I'm guessing that's what happened. So if that is what happens, thank you, J Beers, you goat milk legend. And yeah, so I'll drop I'll drop this in for you too, because I know you two love to get on. So well, I might not just leave it out in the open anymore, because some people kind of join who are not wanted. No offense, but yeah. Stream just started. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, Moss just said. Well, yeah, you had to fucking force Moss to do it, even though there was no other options. But that's Moss for you. And it turned out to be a pretty good stream. It's a shame we couldn't raid Smokey with the numbers we had, but that's life. Can't cry over spilled milk, now can you? So I'll be in like 10 to 20. Gotcha, JMO. That people are marking their fucking calendars of when to watch, I guess is the PG way of saying it. Yeah, fucking hell, Jamie. What the fuck was that last night? If you didn't see that, J Beers, go back and watch Moss's stream last night. That was so fucking funny at times. So yeah, you got a lot of streaming to go back and watch, because the last few nights have been very, very fun. So my man still not in the rafters and no trophy next to the name. Well, that's what happens when the site sucks. No offense, MMA holes. That site's fucking garbage. Like, it runs so bad. Like, yeah. I just spit my thumb open a bit. What the fuck are you doing over there? Stop fucking. Well, I can't say fingering yourself. Stop thumbing yourself, you fucking weirdo. But yeah, a lot happened, and yeah, their fight's just not very good. So love your Moss, love you Jess. God, why did you move from Tapology again? I saw a little bit of it. I just been so tired lately. Well, this ain't gonna help with it. So if you want to hop on a StreamYard, you're always welcome to, my brother. If not, then you can be a viewer tonight. It's whatever you want to do. Actually, I'll go against what I said. I'll keep this in chat for a little bit, see who wants to get in this biatch, and yeah. But so yeah, we got the normal crowd in so far, aka Jamie and J-Beers, the normal crowd, and we'll see where the night takes us. Just making sure. Jamie making me post my own stream link. Thank you. Like, come on. I thought I paid y'all for a reason. What are your thoughts on the protests going on? I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna be blunt. I don't give a fuck about news, politics, any of that shit. If it's not sports related, I kinda don't care. So take that as you will. It has to be actually like pretty big or important for me to give a shit because again, if it's not sports, I don't give a fuck. I didn't even know I could do that. What? Do I want to know? And what would that be, Jamie? Boo! What? I do. I don't care. Like, don't boo me. You booing me? Like, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm just giving my honest take. I don't give a shit. So, if that's good or if that's a good or a bad opinion, you tell me. Now, what if O'Malley joined the protest? He might need to, because he fucking sucks. He sucks, man. What the fuck was that on Saturday? Splitting my thumb open. Yeah, you didn't know you could split your thumb open, genius? Like, be careful. I don't know what the fuck you doing over there. Like, gotta maybe, what do you slit yourself on that fucking collar? Like, come on, dog. Be better. Be careful. We need you. Well, we need you. Who gets your chokers if you go? Whiz. Going on, we need to talk about Sugar. Oh, do we ever? And we got to talk about Josh Van and Joe Pfeiffer, the big three. Now I wish. M.A. Guru said Sean did worse than the first fight. Yeah, I think that's a fact. That's not an opinion. I think that's just a fact that Sean looked worse. He got finished. Like, he looked worse. So, yeah. I don't think that's like the rare time Guru actually said something smart, even though it's just, I think, the agreed upon take that Sean looked worse. How could you say he looked better or the same? Like, he looked terrible. Like, and that's coming from a Sean O'Malley fan. That's the worst he has ever looked in a fight. Like, he looked like a fucking bum. He didn't get better. He's not got better at grappling. The no drugs and all this thing has not helped him at all. It made him just. I said it from the start 2 weeks ago. So he's just gonna be cranky. Like, he got worse. It's that simple. I'm just done. And the last time I heard, Sean was slipping. He only slipped like once or twice. Like, outside of that, he just got taken down. So. He got mauled. Merab's just better. Merab's, if not the greatest bandweight of all time, he's right on the verge of being it. So if you want to take any positives away from it, Sean's getting beat by the greatest bandweight of all time. It's not like he lost to Sterling or fucking Sanhagen or Umar. He lost to Merab, one of the best bandweights, again, if not maybe the best bandweight of all fucking time. So if he was, and no, that Cheeto loss does not count. So to take your first L's and your only L's of your career so far to Merab, hard to be upset. So finally, hey, quicker to get in here this time. So what's up, J Beers?
Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, RX?
Ending. Goat Milk Champion J Beers.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I had 12 out of the 13 picks right on Saturday, so that was fucking crazy. The only one I got wrong was goddamn fucking Patchy. I
Me
knew
too.
I should have picked Bautista. But
Yeah,
I
I
was actually
dropped.
checking around goat milk and stuff, and I had 835 points. That wins most weeks.
Yeah.
Like I went back and I looked, and I still haven't seen somebody. I'm sure there's a lot of people that have gotten over 800 points, but um, that's pretty freaking good, man. But yeah, it still
Yeah.
doesn't have my name in the rafters on that week, and it like. And Moss was pissed about it. Like he told me, like he's trying. I know he's trying to, get the guys to. Oh, it does.
No,
Yes, it is there.
yeah, like
Sick.
it only took 2 days, but like that's what happened when you hired the same people that did the shitty UFC site. But now, yeah, about
And
time.
you have a trophy next to your name, so you won a week.
I'll show you the week right now. I won twice in my career. I won one this year and 2 years ago. Where is it? It was at the beginning of the year. Yeah. So I got my W's.
What was the? I can't scroll in on my phone. What was the week that you won?
Izzy Imavov.
Pay-per-view? Oh, it was a fight night.
Yeah, and then I won one other one like 2 years ago. It was Strickland Hermanson. So I've won 2 fight nights, of course.
So you had 675 points.
10, 6, 2, and 1. Only got one wrong at the end. I got bailed out by big underdog picks here.
12 correct picks, dude. On the that's crazy. That that was a good card. That was a good card. Okay, so here's what I wanted to. Oh God, yeah, I like Oliveras. That guy, that Brazilian dude. He's fucking really good.
I can't. Him and Kyler Phillips is a fucking war.
Yeah, that is a war. I think Kyler Phillips is going to get his ass kicked.
Probably.
That guy, Vinicius Oliveras, that guy is he's dangerous. That fight he had against who was the white guy a couple of fights ago?
Sopai.
Sopai. Oh my God, that was a fucking war, man. That was a war.
The one time we talked good about Oliveira, and it's not Charles. Sorry, Jamie.
Okay, so I'll give you my thoughts on Sean.
Oh, this should be interesting.
You had said it like you're so down on him and you're so negative on him, right? And yes, he got finished. Smokey did think the third round, but he thought obviously that O'Malley was. I think Merab is just that fucking good. And you know what? I wasn't a Merab fan. I'm still not a Merab fan, but I'll tell you what, I like the guy fucking more than Islam Makhachev. Like Islam is the type of fighter, like he's really good, but he fights so infrequent, it sucks. Merab is a really active champion. I think he plans to be more active, fight 2 more times this year, which would be good.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, Sugar's lost before, right? No, he
didn't.
Well, what was his record without Merab?
These are his real losses. This was a fucking no contest, a fluke. So these are his only real losses.
So his only real losses are to Merab. And honestly, I think Merab is just that fucking good. I think so then do I say, does Sean beat Umar? And I tell you, it's a lot fucking closer than Merab is. Merab is just that fucking good. Honestly, and everybody's so high on Sanhagen. And you know what? I like Corey too. I do like Corey. I mean, how can you hate that fucking flying knee? But the guy has, he has evolved because he's not so much a striker anymore. Well, he's a striker still, but he's really kind of turned into a grappler as well. That fucking fight against Rob Font that he had, that was just so fucking boring. And
Sanhagen does not deserve the title shot. I'll just come out and say it. It should be Piotr Merab too. Sanhagen has done nothing to deserve a title shot, and he's going to get mauled. Like, he has no chance. He's not that. He's a shittier O'Malley. I'll keep saying it until proven otherwise. He does not deserve a title shot. He's 1-1 in his last 2, and he lost to a guy Merab destroyed. And his last win was a super washed Figueiredo. I'm not moved by that shit. He does not deserve to waste Merab's time.
I think there's a lot other people though that have fought for the belt with less credentials than Corey. But I still think Merab does the same thing to Corey that Umar did to Corey.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be more one-sided. Hell of a comment. We'll see what Jamie says about that. Imagine Jamie. We'll see what he has to say about that. Did Piotr sign the McGee fight? It's pretty confirmed at this point. It's not been fully announced by Marcel, I don't think. But
I haven't heard yes or no on that.
I think it's pretty much booked. Like, it's on Tapology, so it's pretty damn well close to being booked, which is bullshit. And just, why not Sandhagen and McGee? Like, it makes no sense, but at least, like, Piotr deserves a title shot, so I don't get it. Baby Joe Pyfer, compliment?
I've heard some people, I don't know if it was Yoda, but somebody kept on saying that, like, in Moss's chat. Oh yeah, you said you didn't want to talk about Joe Pyfer. Like, I don't think Joe Pyfer was great. He's not the Joe Pyfer
we have to talk about.
I don't know that, like, Joe Pyfer. What it was, the Joe Pyfer of the Contender Series, where the Be Like Joe comes from. But God, I really would have loved to seen him fucking finish Kelvin, but he had him hurt a couple of times.
What do you mean by that, Casey? What do you mean get them together? So, yeah. But, yeah, Pyfer looked like ass, but he's just not good. He's a heavy hitter. He has no striking repertoire outside of big punches. His cardio's shit. And he got lucky they gave him a super washed Kelvin. Moss said it best. If that was 5 rounds, KG wins. And if that was prime Kelvin, he mauled Pyfer. Pyfer is not good. It's that simple.
I will say that I thought Joe was a lot better than he is. I did think that. I thought he would really impress in this fight, and it was the same Pyfer we've seen, for the last couple of fights, right? If he doesn't knock you out in the first, and isn't that when he had Kelvin hurt? Was the first round, or was that the second?
Dropped him twice in the first, and then not for the rest of the fight. Silly.
Casey's funny.
Like, Pyfer is just one of those guys who's going to get some highlights against cans, but when he moves up into competition that's actually good, he's going to get mauled. Jack Hermanson. And if they give him a real fight in this next one, even a guy like a Gregory Rodriguez would smash him. Ikram Askarov would probably beat him. Abus Magomedov's hot right now. Like, and we're not talking about the top guys in the division. Like, if you put him in top 15, who does he beat? Not counting Paulo Costa because he shouldn't even be ranked. Who does he beat here? Maybe Marvin because he's washed. Pyfer's just a Dana project who's going to be a guy. He's just a knockout guy. He's not good. He's not a contender or a prospect.
I would like to say that he could beat Abbas and the guy that was up from Abbas, Kopilov, but
Kopilov would smoke him. A boost maybe, but it's unlikely. Kopilov would smoke him.
I think what's really interesting about Abus is that, like, how fucking bad he looked. I mean, he looked great in the first round against Sean Strickland. And then, like, Sean just beat the fuck out of him. Like, after Abus gassed himself out, just kicking and, like, thought that, like, I mean, like, that's when Sean got poked in the eye and he it was a bad, like, he impregnated his eye. That was a bad poke. And someone could have quit and he didn't, and he fucking, I mean, that's what we love about Sean, right?
We see his last name.
I haven't seen that in a few fights, but
just his last name.
He's good. Like, he's actually pretty good, pretty decent.
Bruce has bounced back from those 2 losses because then Kaio's a vicious return fight, but who has he beat?
That's right. He fought Kaio next. Yeah, and Kaio's no fucking joke. I think that guy's a champion. I think that guy could beat everybody in the top 5.
He would beat Imavov. That's why they're not doing that.
I don't know about beating Dricus, but everybody but Dricus Bohio, that would be a fucking fight. Or even Dricus Cumshot, whoever wins this fight.
Yeah, they need to do Kaio Imavov as the co-main to Dricus.
Damn, and how can you deny Imavov? He has beat everybody.
He's all right. I think Kyle's better. I think Kyle's looked more impressive. I'm not sold on Imavov.
Kyle has looked way more impressive.
Like, maybe lesser wins, I guess you want to say, but I think he's better. Like, I just, like, just to show Imamov's last few fights. He lost to Strickland brutally. That he would have beat Chris Kurz pretty much. Deladze, that's okay. Cannonier, early stoppage in a fight he was losing. Brennan Allen, that's not aging well. Izzy is super washed. Not a bad stoppage, but Izzy's super washed. Am I meant to be moved by this? Like, it's okay.
Well, leave it there for a second. Here's what I'll say. He beat the fuck out of Roman Dolidze. I remember that fight.
It's Deladze. You should.
Yeah, he beat the fuck out of Deladze. Jared Cannonier, I don't think it was an early stoppage. I really, really don't. I don't think it was a particularly great stoppage, but I don't think it was like horrible.
You know, if Jason Herzog has a bad stoppage, he never fucks up.
Yeah. I didn't even know who ref that fight, to be honest with you. But I think yeah, that's right. It was Jason. I like him. I think Imamov's pretty good. I like Brendan Allen. I've met Brendan Allen in person. He beat the fucking shit out of Brendan Allen. And then his best fight was his last fight, obviously, which was Izzy.
This has aged pretty well as well. So, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm just not so on Imavov. I think Drake's and Kyle beat him. Renier beats him. Hamzat kills him.
Who was Kaio's loss to?
Outside the UFC. Was it Jalen Almeida? No, it was
Joao Carvalho.
Some tomato can. It happens to a lot of guys. But didn't he fight Jalen Almeida or grapple Jalen? No, I swear he did fight Jalen. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe it was a grappling match.
Heavyweight.
Yeah, grappling match.
Jolton Almeida. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was probably a crazy grappling match. Let's see what's going on, chat. Sorry, chat. We know when the MMA rambles start, we know we get distracted. Well, the only good thing about Corey versus Merab is that Corey will finally get back to being a striker until he gets mauled on the ground for 25 minutes.
That's a great point, though. That's a great point because fucking he's not going to be able to take down Merab. It's going to go the other way, so he better not even do it.
Yeah, I don't know why, but middleweight is to me is pretty uninteresting. I get that support. Yeah, I agree. Middleweight's it's gotten better with Drakus and Hamza and Kaio, but at one point middleweight was really shit.
Yeah, I didn't like the middleweight when Izzy was champ, but I think the middleweight's great now.
Yeah, like compared to what at one point the top 5 of middleweight was what Whitaker, Strickland, Vittori, Costa, and Gastelum or some bullshit. Like ew. So. Joe, I drank the Mexican tap water. Piper couldn't finish. Kelvin missed weight. Gastelum. Well, finishing Gastelum is one thing. Like, you're not going to do that, but beating him impressively, you should be able to do it. And I don't even think Piper did that. Hell, Moss thinks Kelvin won, but a biased take. Is Moss okay? I hope the gummies aren't making him too high. Oh well, it's Moss. He's taking a night off after going crazy last night. It's time to fire his Glock using what the Yoda, enough, bro. Keep making those comments, dude. Enough. We need RDR versus DDR. That would be great. If he beats Whitaker like he should, we'll probably get that. What's going on, boys? What's up, Steve-O? Would Merab beat Dillashaw, though? Yes.
Would Merab beat Dillashaw? Oh yeah, Merab would beat the shit out of him. Oh yeah, and somebody was talking about. I think it was you? Somebody had said, was Cruz's bantamweight run better than Merab's? And there's no question, it's Merab's.
Yeah, Merab's is better. It's truly that simple. Like,
I think if you put Cruz in his prime and even Dillashaw in his prime against Merab now, Merab wins both of those fights.
Yeah.
And I think pretty convincingly. Although I do think prime TJ Dillashaw, he was a fucking badass. That fight against Renan Barao, where he won the belt back. And remember, Renan Barao looked unbeatable for a couple of fights. Now, it was against Uriah Faber and, cans like that. But he looked really good, and Dillashaw beat the fuck out of him that night. So that was awesome to see. But yeah, there's no question I think Merab would win. It'd be interesting, more interesting with Dillashaw than with Cruz, though. Or do you think opposite?
Both would be good fights, but I think Merab would win both. It would be interesting, though. I think Prime TJ and Prime Cruz would would be probably close fights. I would love to see them, but I still take Marab until I see Marab look beatable, like, and he's getting better. I'm taking Marab. Is Jim making? Sure. I'm playing guard against Charles. We know, Jamie. Trust me, we know. Enough. So, yeah. Thanks for the insight, chat. So, but yeah, Marab's just that guy, man. It's that simple.
Marab is just that good.
You mean, did I miss something? I wish I could have like the comments go up on the screen automatically, but you know. Did you get how Marab wins against Dillashaw wrestling? His striking is so bad. His striking's getting better. Like his striking's getting better, but he would just ragdoll and gas out Dillashaw.
It's improved. He was outstriking Sean on the.
And Sean's a better striker than TJ.
You know, I think he was outstriking Sean.
I agree. Now put him against a shorter, lesser striker like TJ. I'm taking Marab. So
right.
I don't know. What do you do if you came home, walked in your room, you found enough, Yoda, enough. Smokey Phoebe didn't enjoy me calling him a Bocina pod orc. Should I even say that on stream? Be nice to Smokey. He's one of the coolest people on earth. TJ had fun fights though.
And you know what? This is what I'll say about Weck. He was supposed to make the call. So it puts me in a tough spot, right? Because I like you and I like Smokey. Smokey's the man, right? But I knew if it was up to Smokey to make the decision, Smokey would say, give it to RX, mate. Yeah. You know? And so I think that's why, of course, yeah, Smokey's a cool guy.
Yeah, I love Smokey. Hopefully he streams tonight. TJ had fun fights though. I guess compared to Marab, most people have fun fights, but how many fun fights did TJ really have? So,
all of his fights. TJ didn't fucking wrestle. Like, I mean, he did a little bit, but that guy got the strike. He knew that nobody could like outstrike him, and he was pretty confident about that. But I mean, that's why he got knocked out a couple times. That war he had with No Love.
Yeah, both of them. Where he pretty much got KO'd by Cody in the first fight. And got
fucking that punch that Cody landed, like that was square on the face, man.
And I mean, like Jesus.
That may have been the only, like, you put that punch even an inch more towards, the button, like TJ goes out cold, but comes back and knocks fucking Garbrandt silly.
Ruined Cody's career, man. Just seems right for TJ to do that. Who are you taking?
He's watching Cody fight now because I know he's just going to get knocked out.
Yeah, I guarantee you. Yeah, he's probably like I don't know. That rivalry will always be funny.
Right.
Yeah.
That Garbrandt's fighting.
Yeah.
I mean, Cody can wrestle, right? I mean, I don't know. I don't think he's a Team Alpha Male anymore, is he?
No, I don't know where the fuck he is at this point.
Barcelos is tough. I mean, Peyton Talbot had some big punches on Barcelos, some big punches. But you know that Peyton Talbot doesn't have the power that Cody has, that No Love has. But I don't think I can go against Barcelos. Cody's disappointed me too many times.
Yeah, I think Cody's kind of losing it anyway, getting that shitty tattoo, and he's been inactive. He's getting older. Ione has looked great lately. I've never picked against Cody, but it might be time to. Barcelos should probably beat him.
Yeah, I don't think I've picked against Cody either. Maybe I have.
Yeah, he's been one of my favorites, but I think it's time. He's kind of destined for PFL, I think, or BKFC.
I think if he loses by knockout, like, yeah, I think it, like, Cody, you have been knocked out, like, I swear to God, like 4 out of the last 5 fights.
He's been KO'd 4 times in the UFC. Hasn't been KO'd since 2021 though, when he made that stupid flyweight debut. That's gonna be an interesting one. This is gonna be a really interesting one.
Is there odds on that yet?
Hione minus 150, but Tapology is going to no love. Well, if he performs like the no love we saw last week,
That's a fucking tough. I might have to pick fucking no love, but Barcelos is one of those guys where you could hit.
It's a tough one. This is definitely one I'm excited for to an extent. Maybe a fight that should have happened like 4 years ago, but it's still a good fight. I'm very intrigued. This probably maybe Cody's last dance. Should be fun.
Think about that.
That's
kind of how old is Cody now?
33, pretty much 34.
God, he really should be just on the end of his prime.
Yeah, but his prime's been over for like 10 years, which is just sad.
Well, he hit his prime early, didn't he? I mean, that guy will always be a bantamweight champion, right?
And maybe the most one-sided title win of all time, decision-wise.
Defense?
He tried to defend it and got knocked the fuck out.
So he never defended the belt?
When he tried to, he got beat. So TJ beat him. TJ beat him again, and that was his title aspirations over. So he's had a hell of a career since winning. Since he's won that belt, he's had a weird ass career. That joke doesn't work on Jamie.
There's a few good fights on this card.
Yeah. Casey, you can't offend Jamie. Trust me, it's just not possible. Who wins Merab versus? Okay, come on. TJ.
So who are you taking in the main event?
Oh, Buckley. Is that a real question? I guess 2025. It's simple.
There's a lot of people picking Usman.
And they're going to look stupid. It's like a lot of people pick Luke and look stupid. It's 2025.
I mean, I was a big TJ guy, but TJ was like...
He was the most well-rounded.
Because everybody in their primes right now, because Merab's in his prime, of course, we're all thinking Merab. But, man, I mean, TJ in his prime... Aljamain, wow, there's so many things that TJ did fights, like such disappointing fights. TJ was well rounded. He really was. He was an excellent striker and a great grappler, 100%. That's a great.
He was well rounded, but I think Merab would just gas. Like I think TJ would probably win the first 2 rounds, maybe, but I think Merab would just gas.
Had cardio though too, didn't he?
Yeah, but you have cardio, and then you are Merab, who has a cardio. So, the best cardio in maybe UFC history, or decent cardio. Merab on an aerial today, interviewing out of his car with all his clothes in there and Arby's in the background. That's the bantamweight champion of the world. TJ, not really. TJ had 1 arm against Aljo. So, TJ didn't look good after coming back from the suspension. He looked awful against Corey, where he lost, and he looked awful against Aljo, from what I remember. So, but yeah, those last few fights were just not TJ. TJ just looked terrible in those last 2 fights and in the Cejudo fight. So, bad way to end his career. Smokey is a good low-key person. I guess I am not yet. It happens. Cool. Thank you, Yoda. I did pick against him to lose to TJ and Dom. You think Merab loses to TJ and Dom or Cody? I'm guessing Cody.
He's talking about Cody, yeah.
Yeah, I think most people picked Cody to. Well, yeah. What were the betting odds? I know Cody was the dog against Dom. He was plus 180. What was he in TJ fights? minus 220 and plus 100. Wow. So yeah. Oh wow, he is a giant favorite to beat TJ. Huh. Interesting to look back on. Yeah, like I'm not shocked people picked Cody to lose both these fights. So yeah, Cody is always like, I don't know. I'm not that shocked. Again, I'm not shocked you picked him to lose to Cruz when Cody really beat no one leading up to that title fight. So checks out. I guess Garbrandt and Syndrome waving. Cool. Cody's best run was when he was with the coach. He did tough list. Yep, that's the long and short of it. Congrats on 100 subs. Thank you, Yoda. Cody Garbrandt is my spirit animal. Yeah, I could see it. Cody Garbrandt is entering his prime, right? He's not Tony Ferguson. Only Tony enters his prime at 30 plus. Give Cody Dartbread Tech. No idea what that is. It will suck to see Cody lose because I disliked him at first, but he was ultimate right about TJ, and even Connor tweeted, yeah, Cody was, like, for people who think Cody's an asshole, look at the people he called out for being assholes. So
Yeah, I when in the Ultimate Fighter, I know you saw this that one that's going on now, and Chell had TJ come in. He said that he was kind of forced into being the villain. But Cody was definitely the good guy, and TJ was definitely the bad guy. He did get the better of him, but that's interesting that he said he was forced into that persona. But he's a loudmouth, by trade, anyways, or he's a shit talker for sure.
Yeah, and Cody's no fucking angel either, but compared to TJ and especially Connor, he was definitely the good guy. And especially with what TJ did to Team Alpha Male.
Yep, that's a great point, Steve. He stole his coach, and yeah, man.
Yeah.
That was really fucked up. You're right. He was right about both Connor and fucking TJ. That's a very great point.
Yeah. Cody versus O'Malley, Dana White make the fight. I think we're about a few years late. They should have done that at one point. I don't see it anymore. I feel like he'll be KO'd. High chance of that. I don't even think Murad can beat TJ. Problem was he admitted to Jackson podcast that he had some terrible injuries. We know TJ was definitely injured a lot of his career.
His shoulders, man. His shoulders were fucking bad.
His shoulders are like Usman's knees. Like Jesus.
Right. Yeah, and that's when and fucking Buckley is fucking so athletic. He's gonna beat the fuck out of Kamaru, I think.
I pray he does a teep kick to the leg, to the knee. That'll be so fucking funny.
And watch Kamaru just go, oh! And again, I was at UFC 278 when fucking Edwards was fighting Kamaru, and it was we're sitting in the crowd, right? Fucking 4 rounds of just bullshit. Fucking Kamaru being Kamaru, holding him up against the fucking fence and fucking taking him down. And then that fucking head kick happened. Like I remember looking at the clock, and there's less than 2 minutes left, less than a minute left. And I'm just like, oh my God, here in a second, we're going to see. And then that fucking head kick happened with the arena that that was one of the greatest nights of my life, man. That was so fucking. Kamaru hasn't been the same since that head kick.
Yeah, that was one of the greatest knockouts of all time. In hindsight, of course, very fluky because
that was it for Edwards. That was his last good fight.
Yeah,
even though he did beat Kamaru again.
That fight no one even remembers at this point. So yeah, that was kind of Usman's last dance and Leon's last time being relevant. So and it's gonna be this week will probably be the last time we ever see Kamaru fight. So should be interesting.
But going back to the last point of O'Malley and Cody, I'm not being so. I just told you that I think Sean is fine. It's just that Merab is that much better. I don't know if I'd pick Merab against Umar, but I would pick O'Malley against Umar. But I tell you who I would pick O'Malley against, and that's Cody. He would fucking the fuck out of Cody.
Yeah, Cody would get fucking murdered in 2025 at any point in time. So it's a little past the due date to do that. So yeah. If Usman wins, the script will be flipped entirely. Buckley by TKO. Yeah, if Usman wins, it's one of the biggest upsets of the year, and I don't know, they might do they have to do Usman Bilal at that point, but more than likely Buckley is going to wipe the floor of Usman like he did Colby. Maybe even easier because I think Colby's still got more left in the tank than Usman at this point. So going back down to welterweight, making that cut again after years, it's gonna be the most washed we've ever seen Usman.
That'd be
TJ got
interesting though. Like, there's no way he wins, but yeah, I would like to see fucking Bilal have to fight Usman because they hate each other so much.
yeah, they gotta do that already. Maybe on the next PFL main event. TJ got
They're
popped.
both
Yeah,
champs. They ain't going anywhere.
they both suck. Yeah, that popping really killed TJ's career. Like getting exposed for being a cheater and then that suspension, that really just fucked TJ's career. But cheaters never win. So, please ask if you have a space change. Please donate for Canucks. Or yeah, Nux for Cucks, headed by the Joe Buckley Foundation. Yeah, if Buckley wins,
Nuts for cucks.
if Buckley wins, he's probably gonna fight Ian. So I'd love to see him smash Ian's fucking teeth in.
Yeah, and you know what? Talk about, like, if we get him Usman win, give him Bilal. If we get a fucking Buckley win against fucking Cuck,
Ian,
give me Buckley against Cuck any day of the
yeah,
week. I
we
would
need that
love
already.
to see Ian get smashed.
Imagine Jay Beers with Joe to spike hair like Joe Pfeiffer. Do that next Fukoff.
Gotta get my hair cut too. Be Joe Pfeiffer. God, yeah, Joe. I mean, man, I was talking so big on him. Yeah,
You and Muff talk
I,
so much about those two, and they both shit the bed.
I don't know. Like, yeah, like Joe Pfeiffer was just so legit, you know, for in the first couple of fights, but that was against cans. I'm still not ready to say he's a can, but yeah, he needs to have. But we can't talk about my other boy.
Oh, we're gonna talk about him in a little bit. We'll talk about him because there's a lot of shit going on with him today. So we'll save that for a little bit. Someone might bring it up in chat anyway, so we'll save that for later. I am not a yeah, logic. So, sure. Logan Moss is my. Don't start Yoda. Like, calm down now. We got two people getting pretty hot water in this chat. Be nice. Do Bronx is my spirit animal. Yeah. Moss could probably make a few jokes, but no, just smile and wave. Sure, Jamie.
Dude, Bronx is my spirit animal.
Cody had prime patrons and TJ will forever look like Doug Funny. Cody won in the long run. Was Cody dating Paige? Did Cody date Paige? I never heard about that.
Yeah, I because I thought she was with the dude she's with. I thought she's been with him for a while.
Yeah, like I guess that would make sense. She loves those tattooed weirdos. So,
when's that guy fighting again? Anyways, what's his name?
Vanderford. He looked great in his UFC debut.
Yeah, he did. That guy's got some bad cauliflower ears. He knows.
O'Malley need a cherry pick. Cody is that? Yeah, but that's like so fucking. That's PFL level like cherry picking. So what's the point? Jamie Spearman with Jordan Levitt. That's good. That's good. Okay, Yoda, that's a good one.
The Monkey King.
Barry, if you're not gonna speak English, please, like, calm down. What if I told you guys enough, Yoda? Both of you. If you guys keep acting up, I'll have Jamie time you out. Be good. You guys get those in your chat, RX. Well, they probably came from the MMA hole, so what do you expect? If they keep acting weird, Jamie, you could time them out because they're starting to really push the fucking their leverage. What do I compliment? Okay, take that as you will, Jamie. You guys, you're not living if you haven't. Come on, boys. Come on. This is why I see why Moss ignores chat half the time. The hype to Jamie's the type to moon when his finger pokes her. What the fuck are you guys talking about?
Okay.
O'Malley versus Cody would be nice. About a few years late. Lose one below. Either way, I'm down to see that. You're being weirdo. If you want time out, Jamie, you can. If he makes another word comment, you can do it. So, to build O'Malley up again, you can do it. You can feed him a super washed Figueiredo if you wanted to do that. Kevin has a win over Buckley and slowly creep him up in the ranks behind him. Yeah, it's Kevin Holland a fucking what a weekend he had, and he already has a fight booked apparently we don't know about yet. Like Kevin Holland, man, he's on a roll.
Kevin Holland beat Buckley. How long ago was that?
During the pandemic. What's up, Steve? With a bear? I can't see the rest of your name.
What's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear it.
Oh,
What's up?
It was Steve with a neck or with a beard, not a neck beard.
Oh yeah, I remember you from Moss's stream the other day.
Yeah. I was trying to make a clip out of it, and then he made it private, and I forgot I'm not a member, so I was like, oh damn, I can't do that now.
Yeah,
but
it happens.
I never changed it from the other day because usually it's just my Instagram tag.
Yeah.
You have to be a member to clip?
Well, no,
Yeah.
to watch the old streams.
Yeah,
on Maples.
Gotcha.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
No,
I will not
Cody
stand for this.
Whatever. We can still watch Gummy Gang. I'm Mayholes. He never streams there anyway. So. Cody did date Paige. That's news to me, Jesus.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yeah. I think
no
they
love
broke
showing
up
some no love.
Yeah.
right before the Ultimate Fighter, the one with when he went at Connor. I think they broke up right before that, Cody and Paige.
Yeah.
That's
Wow,
crazy.
that's interesting. Damn, W Cody Garbrandt. Okay, man, we're going to. Yeah, I remember that O'Malley Cody feud, but it's pointless now. Cody's on the verge of retirement, and O'Malley's still a top ranked bantamweight. There's no point to it. If Cody got back in the top 15, sure, but he's not sniffing the top 50 right now. So
he's still ranked, isn't he? He's got to be like 14 or 15.
Cody?
Yeah.
He's not been ranked in like 5 years. He's been out of the top 15 for a long time.
All right.
Like, yeah, he's.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, Cody would have to honestly win.
Even
like,
how they're ranked, but whatever.
He would have to win at least 2 fights for that to even be a possibility. You know,
yeah, to even get close to the top 15 with how he's been the last couple years, it would be a fucking miracle.
I thought he was 15. I don't know why.
Yeah, like I wouldn't like knowing the UFC. I'm shocked he ain't because Cejudo is still ranked, but I guess no luck. No luck for no love. O'Malley
I would like to see O'Malley against Cejudo. That's a fight that could happen.
I could see that completely. They have beef, and it's a layup for O'Malley. I could see it completely.
Agreed. I would love, and I used to really like Henry, but man, that guy says some cringe shit. He really fucking does.
And how he
acted. To be on a podcast with fucking Usman, pound for give me a fucking break.
Yeah, like
exactly.
And how he acted against Cejudo. Or against Song Yadong, I mean.
The guy who does the audio for that podcast for Henry and Usman, I know that guy and I like him, but the other two are like...
Yeah, I can't stand either Marty or Henry.
Yeah, and the two of them together especially, and not to mention they're two of Ali's fighters, which is just Ali, Jesus Christ, is so cringe.
Here's a tough one. Would you rather watch that podcast or Anthony Smith and Michael Bisping?
I might almost watch, and this is a terrible thing to say, but I probably watch Bisping fucking Anthony Smith over.
Yeah, both are terrible.
Usman Cejudo.
O'Malley and Figgy, no backstory, no trash talk. Yes, but I think that would be the most logical fight for O'Malley, a layup against a washed Figueiredo. I'm down to see it.
Did they ever say what happened with that whole thing with Bisping and Lionheart, like why he left?
From what I heard, like,
Oh, I
I guess
heard about that. Right? He walked off the show or something.
yeah, I heard like
like,
Smith just like stopped texting him back, and then Smith now has his own podcast or something. So
Oh, so they're
I,
completely divorced.
I think they're still friends, but I think I think
Yeah.
Smith was probably tired of being the side bitch on the show, and he wanted his own channel, his own thing, and now he does a podcast with like chick, I think. Who would ever watch that? I don't know, but
yeah,
whatever.
the woman actually is what she makes it bearable because Anthony Smith is unbearable.
Yeah. Yeah, like Anthony Smith's the most delusional motherfucker on earth. But the UFC pretends he's a legend. So what does that tell you?
Were you back in the community when Moss? There was like a guy that was like a regular on MMA holes, and Moss made him like leave because of his comments towards Anthony Smith.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that, Steve? Like he made him cry or something like that, and he fucking didn't like the way that Moss talks about Anthony Smith. Oh my
I
god,
remember
that was some funny shit, dude.
Oh, God. Anthony, that poor bald bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
you know what? Like that guy has made a lot of money. You know, I don't feel a bit bad for that guy. You know,
he's a legend. What do you mean? A 37-22 legend.
the only thing
And
I
you're-
really liked about him was his walkout song when he'd come out to It's Friday
Yeah, that's
Night.
his career highlight, the return of the
Yeah,
Mac.
on
Good
Steve.
job.
That one always made you feel good. That song always made you feel good.
Yeah, like good fucking job. That's your career highlight. A good walkout song. Okay, Korean Zombie.
Good one.
And Korean Zombie actually did more.
Like, yeah, the video package that they had for him too, where he's like, "I did that, I did that."
You did this, Anthony.
You did get your ass kicked for many years, but
You got your famous position, the turtle position, because you're a fucking coward. You're the farthest thing from a lion heart. Like he's turtle heart. He's a bitch. He's not good. His career best win is Volkan Oezdemir, and
Yeah.
fucking his outside of that, his best win.
how he beat Ryan Spann, I'll never like. Ryan Spann was right. That's I really like. Ryan Spann could potentially be so good, but man, that guy
Whoa.
just shows up like once every 3 fights.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then he talks shit to that fan after getting smashed by Zhang. Like he's a bitch. He's a fucking. Anthony Smith is a bitch. A
Oh,
delusional
Yeah, 'cause
bitch.
he had a fucking Nebraska shirt on and he was talking shit, and Lionheart didn't think anybody from Nebraska should be talking shit on him.
Dude, you're not even the best fighter from Nebraska. And I don't know another fighter from Nebraska.
5 years ago, I would have won that fight.
Yeah, sure, buddy. Korean Zombie's project.
5 years ago, yeah, Zing would have fucked you up even worse then.
Yeah, like Anthony Smith is just not good. I don't know what the only reason the UFC treats him with any respect is because he works for them. If he didn't work for them, he would have been cut 4 years ago. He's garbage. His fights are not exciting. He doesn't sell a fight. He couldn't beat anyone good. Like he's annoying.
Looking at the comment from Long Live, the Korean Zombies protege, yeah, dude, Jew is a fucking that guy. That little short left hook was fucking nasty.
Fucking
I
Machete.
put him on my favorites list, dude.
Yeah,
I had
the
first round knockout too, but a lot of people had first round knockout for him.
highlight of the weekend or the card.
Did you see that, Steve?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he fucking guy goes down like a fucking tree, man. Like, I mean, he hit his face. My daughter's in the room at the time, and I'm like, Kylie, check this shit out. She's like, Dad, I'm like, just fucking watch it. And like, she couldn't even get to the point where he hit his head on the fucking mat.
Yeah, he probably smashed his fucking nose on that fall. Like he just went like as direct face down as you can get, and took a
someone
punch
in the chat-
afterwards.
They were talking about how many Indonesian fighters there are in the
One.
UFC.
And he sucks.
Yeah, he has the weight of the country on his shoulders to
Actually, I want to
represent.
see if there's any other ones. I want to look if there's another one because
I'll be interested to see like this tomorrow on Tough because that Indian fighter is
Oh,
fighting.
he's gonna lose. Like all you gotta
You
know is
know
he's Indian. He's gonna lose.
But again, you know how you pick. Like again, I told you this. Like I pick, like the good guy, bad guy, essentially every single like tough series. And for some reason, Chell's team is the good team, and fucking because I can't stand DC's fucking talking shit. That first fight, oh my god, yeah. It's on Team Chell. So and plus Moss's guy Roy Bird is on Chell. But yeah, I'd love to see this Indian guy win, but he's gonna get like we know what's gonna happen before, like it's already happened, but we're gonna find out that it just happened, right?
Yeah. Oh man, I guess there's so few Indonesians. They don't even have a fucking roster. How did what work out?
How did that come to be that Chael is the good guy? It makes no sense.
Because everyone loves Chael and DC's annoying.
That's probably exactly what it is.
DC.
And I mean, I don't like. I can stand DC sometimes on the morning weigh-in show, sometimes, right? But yeah, he just gets to me on the fucking on tough, man.
Yeah, like DC's not bad, but that's a quick ban.
I don't find him as cringe as like Moss does. Moss can't stand anybody, any UFC employee. He hates the fucking PFL people even worse. Like when Ian Parker gets on, Moss can't stand that guy. I'm always like, Moss, it's your boy. Every time like we're watching a PFL event or he's streaming it.
Yeah, he hates those fucking like John Anik. He hates everybody.
I really like Anik. I'm not an Anik hater.
I think Moss has it right when he says he's just an ad. Pretty much, he's just the dude who promotes shit.
Remember the beef between Colby and Anik for like 10 minutes?
Yeah, well, Colby has a new beef every fucking minute.
Who is Colby gonna fight next? There's no one.
If Michael Chiesa wins this week, I'd be down to see that.
Yeah,
I think that'd make a lot of sense. But I could see him feeding him to Kevin Holland.
Yeah, I wish we could have gotten Dustin and Colby at 170.
Dustin was scared to move up. Dustin didn't want that smoke.
It's true.
Colby will have you believe, huh?
Did I just ban this fool?
American tap team.
Commentate Bro Glaze's boys. Well, yeah. He's like, stare at this guy. Stare at him all the way through. Like, and the guy's right next to him. He's like, speaks English. Yeah, stare at his soul. Stare at his soul. Yeah, I 100% agree that. What guy did you ban? Go ahead.
Yeah, this dude keeps coming in spelling the N-word, so fuck him.
I just saw that.
Yeah, Jamie, wake the fuck up and do your job. That Indonesian fighter had some KOs before they fought, and Ju fought with his hands down. The confidence is great. Jekka Sergey only had one knockdown. It was against a tomato can. Like, Jekka's garbage. I'm not shocked you had confidence. This was the layup of all layups.
I don't know, because everybody in the UFC is tough. I know that there's cans in the
UFC.
Today.
But we just talked about Turtle Heart. They're not tough.
Ju is confident as a motherfucker, right? And why wouldn't you be with that guy? Like, and that was the thing, like, I mean, that was the kind of thing about Bobby Green, right? Is that Bobby fought with his hands low and he was confident. He had some really good fights.
Kevin Holland, Sean O'Malley.
Yeah, guys have with their hands a lot lower.
Yeah, and then this dude just puts his hands up to not block. So,
God, that was so embarrassing.
Kevin wants to fight Colby, and honestly, I would be down to see that too, just for the shit talking.
I agree, and I don't like to see Colby lose, but Colby has broke my heart so many times, and it's just like, fuck Colby. If you want to shit on him, fucking shit on him, Holland. Holland would shit on him too.
Yeah.
But
he has that win over Buckley. Ugh.
I heard Holland already has a fight booked, so it's not going to be Colby because Colby's not taking a fight that quickly. So I wonder who Kevin's going to fight. I said you should fight Randy Brown, but I think that's unlikely.
That was funny. Where he's like, "I want the worst guy at welterweight. Don't give me Kobe Covington."
I think Bilal's booked. So
That's like
that
the DC moment where he's like, I want the worst guy in the division. I want Ryan Bader.
I want Bilal Muhammad.
Yes.
Man, 2 streams in a row talking about Ryan Bader in 2025.
Oh,
fuck Ryan Bader.
And Jay Beers, you want to talk about it? Finally.
DC
To my boy.
Some underrated lines from DC, like the crackhead in a suit comment towards John.
Yeah, DC has some quick wits sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes he does. Is like, or the he has some weird ones too. Though, like the beef over Popeyes with Derek Lewis.
He can be funny, and he, I don't know. We give him a lot of shit because he's just too biased to Russians. If he wasn't so biased, he's not a bad commentator.
Yeah,
he knows his shit. Jesus Christ, he's one of the best of all time.
He was to think DC was the one that, may have the way he was. I loved his analysis of how the Conor and Khabib, the brawl went down afterwards, and how he was trying to calm Khabib down because it's like you could see everything, but DC's breakdown just made it even funnier.
Jesus, that's the big motherfucker. Got that Kelvin Gastelum build.
God.
But yeah, he's...
Yeah, but the problem with Kelvin is he doesn't fight at heavyweight.
I think DC might be shorter. But
probably is.
DC
he doesn't fight at all sometimes.
Yeah. I don't know. If DC wasn't so biased, I don't think anyone would hate his commentary, but he's just biased. So I don't know why he I know why he dick sucks the Russians because Khabib's his best friend. But yeah.
All right. Go back to my boy.
Now we talk about it. I'll just cut you off for a second because what the fuck are we doing? This is interesting.
That's not a fight.
Yeah, it is.
Wait a minute.
Manel cops out, and Van's gonna step in for 317.
Oh my God!
Whoa.
Are you serious?
It's not official, but it's probably gonna be booked tomorrow.
Oh my God!
And when's that fight supposed to be?
317, 2 weeks. Van's a fucking animal, bro. I love Joshua Van.
He is.
He's gonna win.
I really like fucking Roy Ball, dude.
This is gonna be the fight of the night. Mark your calendar. Fight of the night.
That's one of the best. That's one of the best flyweight fights you can do because I think both guys are going to just stand up and try to knock each other out.
This could be a problem. A bantamweight pretty much against a very tiny flyweight. But
wait a second.
What?
No, they both fight at flyweight.
But Royval's pretty big for a flyweight.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The size advantage is going to be crazy, but that's going to be a banger. I'm so happy for Josh getting that chance because Manel Cop sucks ass and broke his foot.
But it was just like in the fight that Van lost, right, in the UFC, which was Energy. Energy was on a fucking roll at that time.
He owns Cody Durden. Just got.
I was just in my head when you're like, we'll talk about him later. I was thinking, hey, the only way that Van loses is if he's fight somebody that's on a fucking roll, and Roy Ball is on a fucking roll.
This should be a fight night main event. It's a shame. It's probably gonna be a featured prelim on a pay-per-view, but I don't give a fuck. I cannot wait for this fight.
There's no way if they put it on they're stupid.
As of right now, it's the featured prelim, but
really,
UFC, as of right now, I hope they change that. This is the main card, so these are the fights above that. Let that sink in.
You take off that fucking Dins Taffa fucking Carnegie.
Swap these two for fucking McKinney and Royval. Flex Road? No, Tracy Cortez sucks.
Oh, Terrence McKinney's fighting Slava Claus.
Banger.
That should be a banger.
This should be all right. Shit. And money. Shit.
Money used to be fun, but that guy just dude, he just lays on top of you.
I've always said, like, even
He's
during
turned
that
into
winning,
such a grappler. He used to be fun, like
even during
really
that
fun.
winning streak, I kind of said it was kind of overrated because he did lose to Jalen Turner for being blunt. That Benoit Saint Denis is not good. Brad Riddell is not good. Drew Dober is only beats black fighters. So,
So, hey, quick opinion on what the panel think about Royval and fucking Van. Steve, you pick one.
Fucking tanger.
Ooh. I gotta go with Royval. Last time I picked against him, he won. It's a
Thank
quick,
you, Johnny Smith.
a true breakdown, and I feel like every time I do that, he always ends up winning.
It's such a 50-50 fight, so you can't really go wrong either way. I think Van's actually the favorite on the opening betting odds.
Is he? Oh wow!
Yeah, I think he opened like -120. So I think Royval's going to close as the favorite, but that's how much respect people have for Josh. So this is going to be good.
What do you think? What do you pick? What would you pick right now, RX?
I'm going with Van the man. I've got to go fearless. It's time for a new guard at flyweight. This man's going to be champion by the end of 2025, especially just to piss Moss off. I can't wait for Moss to comment on this.
I'm kind of with Steve in the fact that like Royval is so fucking good. He would really be the only guy that I would like be in a Van fight. But I think I gotta go. I think I'm gonna go Van. I think I'm going Van, man. I think Van is special. I really believe that.
He's Piotr Jan 2.0. I've been saying that for a while now. I view him as I think he fights just like Piotr Jan. This fight's gonna be amazing. I can't put it any other way. What's the take, Jamie? We probably made a few of those, so please update us. But yeah, what a fight! I'm happy Van because I didn't know I don't know who Van was gonna fight. Like I didn't like when I talked about in the recap, everyone's booked above him or was. The only option was Moreno, and I don't see him doing that. But he got the better Brandon, so.
Well, it was interesting. It was interesting because like Van had made it known that he wants to be active and that he'll fight anybody and like there was like, hey, is he too active? And Dana's like, you love a guy with that attitude, and now he rewards him and puts him against Royval and Cop fucking copping
11
out
canceled
again.
fights 11 canceled fights. He's only had 9 fights in the UFC.
He's had 11 canceled fights.
He broke his foot, which I'll give you an excuse, but he's the male Macy Barber. He keeps finding a way to pull out of a fight.
Yeah, Cop is super disappointing. Super disappointing.
Was gonna school him anyway, so.
Yeah,
and it's actually the first time with Royval pulling out. So.
11 times. Damn.
Yeah, he's only had 9 fights
11
overall.
So crazy.
He's had 11 and how many of them are actually because of him? Nope.
Think about that. He would have 11 more fights in the UFC if he didn't cancel as many. I mean, like he would be super. I mean, goddamn. And Cop fights like once every other year now. It seems like too.
2, 3, 4 have been because of him. So he has a good overall. Only 4 of them were because of him, but still, way or 11 have been canceled. So. Like, the UFC wants to give this dude a title shot. They like this kid, but when you never show up and you keep fucking up and more guys under you are better, Urseg would beat him, Van would beat him, that new Ramazan kid would beat him. I think Energy would beat him. Jay Beers. Subtyping chat.
Urseg would even beat him.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, I just think Cop's overrated. I was not impressed with him against Asu. He beat Bruno Silva. Ooh. So.
Sucks to see.
Man, that's a quick fight. That's a quick turnaround. I think that's fucking dope, man.
Yeah.
God, so.
And cuts a lot of weight too, right? So it's like he's probably.
Check the chat, Jay Beers. I think someone's pretending to be you.
Oh.
That's nice.
I've got an impersonator?
Yeah, they're saying the N word.
I'm on my phone, so good thing I can't
Yeah.
even see.
Well, Jamie's not getting paid tonight at all. So Jamie, you're losing money by the
Come on,
second.
Jamie.
Wake up! Stop playing Fortnite, or put your fucking chokers down. And tell us what that take was. We still don't know.
He hopes
But,
to
Something about Charles.
wants to replace.
That's a really good fight, though. I can't believe they booked that. I think that's super. I think that's
I can't wait.
fucking badass.
What a great
I was
way
the
to start
distance
the week.
because both guys are super tough.
Josh Van.
Yeah,
Man.
finding out that fuck yeah,
What a fuck! I can't wait.
that's
What a
dope,
great way to
dude.
start the week.
They have a card in Baku.
Yeah, next week in
So
Azerbaijan.
random.
Oh, the fights are gonna be fucking at like 8 a.m., huh?
Yeah, and it's not even that great of a card. It's all right. Well, what the fuck are you doing, Jamie? Wait a minute. I don't even remember on popping my. Ew.
My chest pimples. Oh, to be 19
At
again.
least don't. I was gonna say do that on stream, but we would lose viewers for once. So don't do that.
18 again. Good fucking heavens.
Yeah. But yeah,
I wasn't
Azerbaijan
on
next week.
streams at 18, but that shit didn't exist when I was 18.
I think Moss has been streaming since the beginning of time. So.
I was partying.
Oh my god.
But yeah, next week we go to Azerbaijan for the first time ever. 12 p.m. start time. That's not bad. ET at least. I don't know what that is for y'all, but that's not bad.
It's 12 p.m. Eastern, so that'd be 10 my time. That'd be 9 a.m. for Moss. Where are you at, Steve?
So that'll be. I'm in Florida, so that would near
noon for you?
Jacksonville. That'll be. So what would that be? Noon?
Yeah,
If
it's
noon
noon.
for Moss.
So,
Yep.
yeah, that's not bad. That's for Azerbaijan. That's pretty fucking nice. And this card's a card.
Decent card.
We'll still be able to have a evening after it's over, but
Yeah,
obviously there'll be after shows which we'll attend, which will go into the night.
My after party is gonna be good for once. I'm not gonna have to do it right after the fucking card. So, and there's gonna be a lot to talk about. This should be good. This should be good.
I'm debating going to UFC Nashville because it's not that far from where I'm at in Florida, and that's a 3 p.m. card.
Yeah.
What's the drive?
It's little over 8 hours.
Oof.
Damn.
That's cool.
I'd be spending the weekend there, so it wouldn't just be like going for that. Because if it was just to go for a Derek Lewis fight, it's like, sorry, Black Beast.
Yeah, it's not 2018 anymore.
Yeah, no. It's
so it mean like you would take a trip there anyways and like catch it while you're there?
Yeah. Go for maybe like 3 or 4 days because I've never been to. I'm from Virginia, but I've never been to. I've been to Tennessee, like just driving through. I've never been to Nashville before, so I was like, yeah, I can take my fiance there and we can go do something. But she's not super into the UFC, but it would just be to see Derek Lewis fight before he retires, strictly for that reason.
Might be his retirement fight.
I think so, yeah, because he is not going to work his way into title contention anymore.
Yeah, like if the tickets ain't bad, ain't that expensive, I'd go for sure. Like the card doesn't look good, but
it's stunning. They're $100. They're like $110. I was like, damn.
Oh, that's not for sure. I think the Apex is more expensive.
Yeah, like Atlanta, I thought about for this card this weekend originally.
Be right back.
Cool.
Those are a little bit more expensive, but those are like 180, I think. So
yeah, that's a little steeper.
I was like, I don't know, because I mean, the only fight I really want to see is the Buckley fight. I mean, Rose is on that card. Cody
Co-maining.
Yeah, I don't really want to see Rose that badly. I'm the best.
Yeah, you would hear that for sure. I think the Atlanta card's better, but for that big of a price jump,
yeah, and Atlanta's I mean, I think there's more to do in Nashville,
For sure.
honestly. So like we can. The good thing is it's also not going to be like in the middle of the night, and I'll be getting out into
Oh yeah,
Atlanta.
this is a pay-per-view time card. Oh yeah, damn, this is a late one.
Yeah, so that'll be. I've been to Atlanta before, so I mean, I guess I would sort of know where I'm going, but still, I wouldn't want to get out at like 2 a.m. in Atlanta.
Yeah, the cheaper, earlier card in a better place. Yeah, I would probably pick that one. So
Yeah, it's weird because Buckley fought 3 hours away from me in Tampa when I first moved to Florida last year, and I had a chance to go see that, but I didn't have anybody to go with, so I was like, okay. And those tickets were ridiculously cheap. They were like $75.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
well, see
ticket
Colby
price.
lose.
Ticket prices are going up, but I guess again, I still think the Apex might have more expensive tickets. Like I think those are like 300 or 400 from what I've heard.
It'd be fun to catch an Apex fight, though.
But for not $400.
Well, Vegas is so like I'm closer to Vegas than fucking Steve is to Nashville.
Yeah.
Vegas is 6 hours for me, so like I could go there. You know, there's places to stop in the middle too, but like I just think it'd be fun depending on who's fighting. But like I definitely don't think I would do it for Macy Barber. Fucking what's her face? Aaron Blanchfield fight.
Yeah, like if like I would go to. I don't care how good the card is. If the card ever comes around Ohio again at a decent price, I'd go in a heartbeat, even if it's a little bit of a drive. Like, cause it's like I would love to go. I don't care if the main event's goddamn Raquel Pennington Pena 2. I'll go. Like I just want to. That the experience would just be worth the price of admission and how bad the fights are.
They've came to Utah the last 3 years. They haven't announced anything yet, but I hope they come back to Utah this year.
Yeah, they usually do their pay-per-view, September or whatever? But yeah, they've not went back to Salt Lake yet. They're not booked that. Maybe they're taking a break from Salt Lake this year.
I actually went through Salt Lake because, JBers, you were talking about being at the Leon and Usman fight, and I flew through that airport the day that happened, and I went home.
Shit.
Yeah, that I was in Utah, and then I got home at that night, and I was so tired from just flying all day because I flew from California to Utah, and then I flew back to Virginia at the time, and I was trying so hard to stay up for the whole fight, and it was like Usman had cruised through the first 4 rounds, and he was doing well in the 5th, and I started to fade, and I fell asleep, and I woke up, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I saw that he lost.
Yeah, like God, I could not imagine that. That would suck.
Yeah, and it was one of those like atmospheres where like you're just fucking high-fiving like everybody around you, like, you just see that, you know? And that's like I've seen the Jazz in the finals against the Bulls, right? In that same building. It was like that building gets really loud. I don't think I've ever heard it louder in my life. Like sold out, fucking, 18,000 people. Yeah, that was a fucking really fun time. And then the next year, it was the BMF Gaethje versus Poirier, which are two of some of my favorite fighters. Saw that, another head kick. I had worse seats though, and like I was higher than I was the last time, and there was like these speakers that like in the way of the jumbotron, so like my view was obstructed. So it pissed me off so much having to deal with that all night. But that was my balls is hot. Speaking of Derek Lewis. I actually had a fucking run to pee, and I missed that fucking fight. I was so mad.
Did they go to Salt Lake last year?
They did.
What
they did, and I forget. I didn't go. I went the last 2 years. I missed last year.
Pereira Roundtree. Yes. That's a all right card.
Pereira Roundtree, Salt Lake City.
That's not bad. So yeah, it looks like let's see, should be. I don't know. Well, I guess October wouldn't be booked yet, so we'll see if they go to Salt Lake in October.
It's
Pretty much
usually, yeah,
Sure.
August, September, October, somewhere in that range. But I got my UFC 278 shirt and my UFC 298 shirt.
Yeah, hopefully they send betters and this card was all right. The Salt Lake cards are usually pretty solid. So I don't know. They're like really trying to bump up those cards, like not MSG or IFW, but Salt Lake City.
Everybody
I was
forgets.
disappointed. The very first year, Wonder Boy was supposed to fight Michelle Pereira, and remember Michelle Pereira missed weight.
Yes.
Wonder Boy didn't like. I wouldn't have fought him either if I was Wonder Boy, but that was really disappointing not getting to see. I really wanted to see Wonder Boy.
Yeah. Let's see.
But I did see Marab fight Aljo. That was 278 too. So
Yeah.
there was got to see Paulo Costa, Rockhold. Like I've seen some some people that you'd be like, at least I've seen them live, right? There's definitely a group of guys I've seen,
Chama.
which was awesome. Yeah, Chama. No, that was the one I missed. So I didn't see Pereira.
Oh, yeah.
But I did because he fought Jan Blachowicz or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Jamie's boy.
The year before. Yep.
Cool.
So yeah. What's going on in chat? J.O. Sanchez is gonna be in Rose's corner. Wow, great fucking corner advice is gonna be happening there. What the fuck is that? That dude's brains made out of goddamn gummy bears at this point. What the fuck is he gonna bring?
Who's Rose fighting?
Miranda Maverick in the co-main event. I know you can't wait.
Oh, that's fucking right.
I'm taking
Miranda
Maverick.
She's terrible. She's fucking Miranda Maverick is terrible.
No, Brett, this is not that. That was a different guy. My channel does not suck, so thank you. But yeah,
MMA clown guy.
Yeah,
That's Brandon's job.
That's definitely one of them. But no, that was the dude Moss was clowning on last night. And there's Jamie with his Polish flags. John Blachowicz is washed. But yeah, Maverick Rose. What a co-main event. Definitely a barn burner there. I see an early fight of the year contender. How are you not hyped looking at this? Rose is minus 275. Free money.
Yeah, no, she's gonna beat. I don't think it's gonna be like you can't say, oh, she's gonna beat the shit out of her because both girls suck. But Rose is better than Miranda. Miranda's just gonna try to hold her down.
And it probably will work. Rose has not looked good in ever.
Fear the Maverick. Oh, I fucking hate that nickname. That is so fucking gay.
15-5. You're not fearing the Maverick?
No,
8-3 with her best career win being Jillian Roberts. She beat Jillian Robertson?
Andrea KGB Lee, who got cut.
Wow.
Yeah, what a winning streak. What a winning streak this is. Hey, you got to see Maverick live.
Yes, I did. I remember that fight actually. She actually had a submission. I was surprised as shit.
What a winning streak.
Oh, she's a can.
So is Rose in 2025. When was the last time Rose looked good? Don't say Tracy Cortez. That's not a good win.
Would she just please grow her hair out? Like, I can't stand that fucking.
I don't think she can at this
I don't know
point.
what Pat Barry season her.
Pat won't let her.
Is it that Pat Barry is just a fucking pedophile or what?
Yes. Yes.
Oh my god.
He needs
You're lagging a bit, Steve.
Say that again?
I think you got to drop out and drop back in, Steve. Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Jan is washed, still goated. He never was. Sorry, Jamie. Ankle versus Jan rematch. Yeah, I wouldn't be. No, they're not doing that. I wouldn't be shocked if Ankalaev and Pierres in Salt Lake City this year. I wouldn't be shocked at that. How these MMA clans just their Mosses and Jesse. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know how you attack Moss and Jesse of all people, but they find a way. Well, her hair still. I don't think Rose is hot, even with hair. Yeah, trust me, we know. I know firsthand about bad internet.
I was just saying.
Pat Barry doesn't need Jesus; he needs Chris Hansen.
Yeah, man, he fucking does.
That's good, Steve. That's good.
God,
Did you
I loved it
Luke-
when Strickland. I mean, hey, say what you want about him, but he was right on that one going after Pat because that's.
What did Long Live is saying? Did you see Lucas's Tracy's video about Dana's press conference about Jones? I mean, I watched Dana's press conference, but I didn't. What was Lucas Tracy's video? Did you guys see that?
I think it was just probably making fun of it because Dana's such a fucking joke. Kind of same shit Moss was probably saying. It's just like,
we'll
pathetic.
get. Yeah, John Jones accepted the Tom Aspinall fight.
It's gonna
happening.
happen. It's gonna happen. Like, no, it's not, Dana. Like, stop being a fucking liar.
Fucking John Jones is the biggest fucking troll of them all. And
Duh.
yeah, I will say that people, because he'll always have his supporters no matter what. So because he's never going to fight Tom Aspinall, I think that does weigh on people like me and like the majority of people that are like, yeah, fuck you, you ducked, like your legacy's ruined.
Yeah.
Versus the people that are like, oh, he would never, like, he's John Jones. But DC actually brought up a point, and I can't remember if it was a weigh-in show or where I heard him say that, but he was saying that every single time that John Jones took years off and he came back, he was always the younger fighter. Even in this last one when he got the heavyweight belt and he took 2 years off, he was younger than Cyril Gahn was.
Yeah.
Right, and then he takes a year off and he comes back and he fights a fucking older Stipe Miocic. Now, for the first time, he takes a year, probably 2 years off, and you're gonna come back and fight a younger guy in Tom Aspinall? I don't think so. Like every single time you've done this, you were the younger fighter. Every single time.
I guess someone made a lie because he was 3 years older than Cyril, but it was Cyril Gahn, so it was cherry picked. So
How old was
3 years?
Dom Reyes?
yeah, I was about to say I think he was older than Dom as well. So
Dominic Reyes.
But I get their point. Like Jones does not want to fight Tom in 2025 because he's old. He's so scared to. Again, I've said it a few times. It's just like the Tyson Fury Alexander Usyk situation. He's scared to fight the younger, better guy. And when they finally do fight, if they do fight, Jones will lose that undefeated record that doesn't even fucking exist. So,
thank God for Masamoto or whatever his name was, Mario. What was the ref's name in that fight? Yamakaza?
Steve Mazzagatti.
Oh yeah,
Mazzagatti. That's it, Steve Mazzagatti.
Yeah,
Thank you, Steve.
Plus, he lost Dominic Reyes anyway.
Yeah, what was up with that? Dana usually has a drink, and he sounded like he hasn't cleared his throat in a fucking week.
Yeah, goddamn, man.
And he's just like, what? UFC? They're asking me UFC questions. What? What? I don't know. I'm not keeping up on it. How about you act interested, you fucking cocksucking billionaire bitch?
He was probably yelling at O'Malley right beforehand. He
wanted Sean to win. Sean's better for the UFC. But
yeah, why do you think they did that fight? No one actually wanted that fight. But
yeah, I can't remember. I think it was Peter Yan that had brought up some points. How come he got the rematch? And yeah, there is Dana White privilege. Dana White privilege does exist, but obviously Sean did a bunch of good things by knocking a bunch of fools out that made him people wanted to see him knock people out.
Yeah. So it's fucking absurd that this is happening the way it is with all this bullshit with Dana, how badly the UFC's been booked lately, and it's just kind of falling apart. So hopefully we get some normality back in by the end of the year, but with Jones hiding, Sean gone, not a lot to be hype about in the second half of the year outside Drake. Drake is in Hamzat's badass. I'll tell you that.
I will say this, and everybody's obviously Dana White has been the face of the UFC for so fucking long, and it would suck to see Dana gone from the UFC, but I don't want a 50%, Dana White in the UFC where he's, not showing up for big events. Like, I get that he's not going to do, post-fight press conferences for fucking fight nights, which he fucking should be. But I just don't want a Dana. I think he needs to go all in like he was, or step away. Like, give us somebody that can give us answers. Which would suck, right? Because we want to see Sean Shelby or Mick Maynard or fucking Hunter Campbell.
Chael Sonnen. I don't even think Dana's 50% in the UFC at this point. I think he's closer to 35. He's very checked out.
Oh, heavyweight division is a fucking joke. Round one, 100% agree.
Yeah. Speaking of the UFC wanted to win, when it. Yeah. Is he
Well, he said, speaking of who the UFC wanted to win, when Israel lost to Strickland, him going to party on a bus with all the dudes and trying to forget about it was the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, Dana was so fucking angry. Like, Dana's been angry after a lot of title fights lately in the last couple years. So Dana gonna do TKO boxing soon. Yeah, who knows what's going on with that fucking clown show.
Even Dana, like, after some fights that weren't title fights, like I remember him after Ngannou and Derek Lewis, which was oddly enough, that was on Conor and Khabib, that card.
Yeah.
Everybody forgets. He was so pissed about that.
Mm-hmm.
That was a bad fight.
It was not what we wanted. BRB, Jamie, you've barely been here anyway. But yeah, like, Dana just feels super checked out at this point. Like, I feel like if Trump wasn't showing up to the card on Saturday, Dana probably wouldn't.
He doesn't show up. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to. What's the next pay-per-view? International Fight Week. He'll be there for that, but
well, you would think.
Is he going to show up for Poirier Max? Maybe.
Tell me this, right? Like, when you have, like, even the ceremonial weigh-ins, when Dana's not facing him off, doesn't it just not feel like a big deal? You got fucking Sean Shelby there facing off the guys. Like, when Dana's there, it feels big. When he's not there, it's just like, even though it's a big fight, it's just like, there's Sean Shelby.
Like, I'm sorry, John Anik and Sean Shelby doing that bullshit.
Aren't gonna do it for you.
Does not feel special. No, like, if it's not Dana, it doesn't feel special. I'm trying to think. When was, outside of Dana, who's actually looked cool making a face-off? And the only time I can think of was The Rock doing Masvidal Diaz.
Yeah. I was going to say.
That's the only time I can remember.
I liked it because at the time, the Diaz brothers were beefing with The Rock.
Yeah.
Of course.
I swear Mark Coleman did Gaethje Holloway, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe just put the belt on them. He didn't do a face-off.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he put the belt on him.
Yeah, I think Power Slap is more important to Dana than fucking UFC at this point.
Yeah, like The Rock.
Power Slap 13's coming up, boys. June 25th.
Can't wait.
That is gonna be.
I'll watch it. I always watch Power Slap. It's something on, but yeah, like, I it is pretty fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's the most pathetic sport. Heavy quotation marks on sport.
That's where Dana started to. He was losing me when he was like, "This is gonna be bigger than the NFL."
Like, no, dude, it's
Power
not
slap.
bigger. It's not bigger than the WNBA. Like,
yeah.
Like, let's fucking be honest. No one watches it. 5 people do when they're bored. Like, it's not even a fucking sport. It's the dumbest.
I watch Caitlin Clark, Power Slap,
Yeah,
Angel Reese.
That'd be enjoyable. But
otherwise,
like,
I don't know if I'm gonna. Power Slap is just like I watched it one time to see what it was all about, and I was like, okay, well, I just lost as many brain cells as these people getting slapped.
You know what's funny is that fucking Dumpling is fighting the crazy Hawaiian's brother Like, and they're both super heavyweights, and I didn't know. Like, I thought like it's been the same person the entire time. I guess sometimes it's his brother fighting. Like, I didn't know that. Like, oh my god, I think that is fucking hilarious. Dumpling versus the crazy Hawaiian's brother. I was like, oh my god, that is so fucking gay.
God, I'm happy Tapology doesn't have that shit on there.
Dude, speaking of Hawaiians too, what is going on with BJ Penn?
CT.
Oh, poor BJ. Yeah, like, yeah, that guy. that guy. Remember his A bomb? No, that was
Yeah.
done. Excuse me.
Oh.
But like, he was so good. BJ Penn was so fucking good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
game.
CT
Yeah,
got
so-
to him.
Yeah, it is CTE. I mean, like, oh my god, there's just certain people that were really good guys, and then they just turn into like complete opposites, with when the CTE is in full effect, and it's definitely kicked in for BJ Penn. I think that's what it is. It has to be.
The people.
Happy that didn't happen to Tony.
Oh,
Oh, it's do you see that Michael Chandler kick? Like he knocked he almost kicked his fucking head off. That was one of the most brutal fucking kicks I have ever fucking seen.
Yeah.
oh.
I mean, I think that
hurts.
kick is even like that kick is, I think, worse than the head kick dead, from on Kamuro or Kamaro, or like the Justin Gaethje head kick. I mean, there's obviously some brutal head kicks, but when it's a fucking Karate Kid style fucking kick up the middle, dude, like, give me a fucking break, dude. That was nasty. Like, if he didn't have a mouthpiece, he'd probably bite off his own tongue. Like, he would have chopped his tongue off. Like it's just, that kick was brutal.
That may have been like legitimately thinking somebody died. I think the only other time that I thought somebody did was Kevin Lee and Gregor Gillespie.
Yeah.
It was so bad because Tony was already done.
I don't remember that
point,
fight.
See him. That was that Kevin Lee's last win was Gregor?
Yep. Not counting Diego Sanchez and regional bums. This last important win.
And you thought that Gregor Gillespie was dead in the ring?
For a second there, I was like, "Oh my god, he may have died." But Tony's was like, Tony's was so scary.
Yeah. Like
that was.
Yeah,
it was.
Like a few people have been leaving on stretchers by KOs lately. So,
and that even that Jew, right, where fucking on Saturday, where like dude dropped fucking dead stiff, dead stiff,
face down.
Like, he was out so quick. He was out well before he hit the ground. Like, he didn't thankfully he didn't feel the ground shot or the follow-up shot.
Yeah, I don't think that follow-up shot is super necessary.
Yeah, just like the fucking Ben Askren one, right, of Game Bread.
Yeah.
3-piece in his soda.
And of course, since
he fucking hit him 3 more fucking times. Maybe I think it was even more than that. Like, after fucking Askren is dead in the ring, like, that was bad.
And since we brought him up, prayers up for Ben Askren.
Yeah, I heard he's not. Like, he's not. What did they say? He was like unresponsive or something like that. That's scary.
And he's only 40. Like,
don't say that because I'm older than that.
Yeah, it's like, that's the fucked up. I hope we don't lose like Funky, man. Like, that would suck.
Steve, are you older than 40?
About to be 33.
Are you serious?
Damn, Jacobs is old.
Damn, I've been like, I think I'm younger than. No, I got you beat by like 10 years. Good Christ.
Hey, man. Yeah, this was so weird. The gray like coming in already because the week 31 is when I started this in my beard. fucking kidding me? But I never had a beard up until like my mid-20s, and it just boom, 30s. It's not going away.
That's
Rock
funny.
with it. It's like when I take it off, because I let it grow out recently to this but like when I take the beard off, you wouldn't even know that I have the gray in it. Is the funny part, but yeah, it's October 6th. It's coming up soon enough.
Mine's Halloween.
Be my birthday and 7-year anniversary of Connor getting his jaw broken by the Dagestani.
Round one's 32. Put your ages in the chat. I'm just curious what we're working with here.
Yeah, like MMA fighters die so fucking young. 38 years old.
It's
for Rumble.
crazy to me how young you are, RX. You're 19, dude. Like that's fucking crazy.
Damn, man.
Like, it's crazy, and like it's crazy how young MMA fighters die. Like, goddamn.
Why have you doubled, bro?
You got Jamie fucking doubled as well. The kids are taking over the MMA host. Man,
imagine,
yeah, I remember.
Imagine there was internet, but there was dial-up internet. When if you were 18 and 19 when I was 18 and 19.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, dude, the dial-up days were so brutal. You
only had one line in the house, and everybody else couldn't use the phone, and like people would try getting on the phone and they'd cut your internet off. You'd be like, motherfucker. I'm trying to make a call.
Oh, yeah. Dude, that and AIM, those glory days.
Yeah,
glory days of nothing.
You know the really old people that still have AOL email addresses.
Yes.
Whenever you see an AOL, you know, like they were around at the beginning.
Yeah, whenever you could find the OG UFC fans just mention Spike TV, and they were like, "Yep, I was there." I remember that when that channel started, they were doing some like weekend of every combat movie that had ever been released, and it was like the hotter than hell weekend. And I was like, all right, we can do a little better in the promotion. But now that I look back on it, I'm just like, God, that was the best stuff we ever could get, right?
And now we got ESPN.
Well, to answer fucking Long Live's chat, is Merab going to bore the 135? I don't see who beats him.
Yeah.
And if you're going to say, is there... Well, yeah, who beats him? I don't think Usmar has the best chance out of anybody, and that's pretty sad to say. What about you, Steve? Who's got the best chance to beat Merab?
I think he's going to run through Sanhagen.
Me too.
God, the best chance to beat him. Damn, I really need to think about that one.
Because if you say Peter Yan, remember how many fucking takedowns he had in that Peter Yan fight? It was like 70.
I'll show you who has the best chance to beat him. The only guy who might actually have a chance.
There is no chance.
At 45? No, I think Merab beats Volk.
But in Volk's prime, I think it's a little bit different. But Volk is not in his prime.
Yeah, like Merab's holding that bow until he moves up and they make him vacate. He's not losing to Corey. He already beat Umar. He beat Pillar. He will again. Who the fuck else is there? Like Mario Batista and fucking Eamon Zahavi. Get real. So
I do think that Umar did have his hand broken in that fight, and so he wasn't his best self. But you broke your hand against Merab, that. Just when that shit happens, it's just they're better than you.
Yeah.
Yes, you're unlucky, but they're better than you.
And Dagestani, maybe
he's the best. Nurmagomedov's the best chance, but I don't see him losing.
Exactly. I 100% agree. So then, I don't think Peter. Merab might beat both of these guys up at this, two of these guys up at the same time, let alone one-on-one. I think he is that good. I think he either moves up or is that what he's going to do and follow in Aljo's footsteps again?
Does he win a few more fights? He's already in his mid-30s. Win like 3 more, retire as a bantamweight GOAT.
He could potentially, like, let's say he's got 5 fights in him left, and they're all at, and who knows, maybe he has 10 fights left in him. Could you
It's
imagine
Merab, who
another?
knows?
He would set the Anderson Silva record, right, of 16 wins in a row, 17.
Yeah. I think his winning streak in the UFC is already at 13.
I didn't even
Yep.
think about that.
Yeah, he's already. I think he probably already on the list because 13 is crazy in its own fucking right.
Yeah, Jones tagged him in some tweets over the weekend, congratulating him to, something.
Yeah, Merab should be he's tied with number 2 with GSP on winning streak in the UFC. Oh no, my bad, I looked at the wrong thing. He's tied at number 4. Well, I look at title fights, he might break that record too. But yeah, he's tied with a few legends and John Jones. So
I think they, like, for somebody like Sanhagen or I potentially only Corey, like, the only chance Merab loses is if you can catch him with a miracle button push where, like, you just touch a guy's button and they're down. But Merab doesn't seem to have one because that dude's been fucking punched hard. But
broke the bantamweight win streak record by a mile.
Yeah.
Yeah, your best chance of being Merab's a knockout, but how are you going to knock this motherfucker out? He's getting better at striking. That's scary.
Yeah, he's getting better every fight. That's scary. He looks better and better.
He's going to probably take this record up, and he's going to break this record. 5. He's already at 3. He's going to probably do 2 more this year. Like, this dude's just... He could beat Corey and Piotr in the next fucking half a year. Or Corey and, I don't know, fucking... Mario Batista, we'll say, in the next half a year. Easily. So... Merab's just not getting beat anytime soon.
Do either of you two work?
Yeah, I'm on my own schedule.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Thank God.
For
Yeah,
you.
right.
Good for you. I work at 6 a.m, and it's just like, dude, I'm gonna be hurting already. It's fucking 20 to midnight here. So yeah, I gotta wrap this up in a minute and go. But I think that's probably when Merab retires, is when he has the win streak, 18 wins. He retires, he goes out. But for God's sakes, he literally could have another fucking 10 like title defenses.
Yeah,
or
again, let
fights.
alone this year he might just break the title fight record at bantamweight with 2 more. Like,
what's that record?
5 title wins. He only needs 2 more to tie it.
That's
Like,
crazy.
He's already smashed the win streak record. I can only imagine what other records he probably already has. Yeah, what's the bantamweight wins record? 22. He's at... Well, he's not there yet. I don't know how Pedro Munoz got 22 fucking wins. But, yeah, Merab could smash that as well.
145.
Yeah.
Who would he fight? First.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. I keep looking at the wrong fucking thing. Merab's at 12 fucking wins. If Merab moves up, he'd fight Volk easily.
Yeah, somebody was saying Batista. I was like, I don't think so.
Yeah, that's a layup. That's just stat padding at that point for Merab.
Yeah.
like they want to do the Patchy mix fight, but that guy's just shit. So
Patchy. I changed my pick at the last minute from Patchy to Batista. I'm so
You
glad
did?
I did.
smart.
Oh, you know what's crazy? Like, I've been playing weekly for, like over a year, right? I'm over 300 wins, but how crazy is it that I win the week that I get 316 wins? My record on Goat Milk, 61%, 316 wins, and 200 losses. 316 and 200. 316 on 316. How crazy is that?
You're lucky you're both
Wow.
60%. You better keep that 60% or Moss is gonna
Hey,
disown you.
300 win clubs, son.
Oh, I think I hit 300.
Where are you at, Steve? Where are you at, RX?
309, even though I should have like 310. They robbed me of a pick a few weeks back.
I don't know. I gotta check what I got so far.
Oof.
I wonder if I probably wouldn't be at 300.
I was gonna try and make fun of Moss, but he's at like a 65, which is bullshit.
Oh,
I
you went
make-
to 60%.
Who can we
I
make
can't
fun
sniff
of?
that yet.
What the fuck? Damn, Jesse.
She's
God,
not
we
even
need-
close to 300, but 66% is
Well,
really
'cause
good.
she doesn't do most of the weeks. She stat padded and then quit. Yeah, Jamie, brother, you got you in triple digits. Just pick one fight.
99, Jamie.
Jamie,
I never hear Jamie talk about his goat milk. I guess we know why.
he doesn't do that shit. Damn,
Anne's got a good percentage.
legend.
60.
The knitter.
She's
Let's
only
go, man.
15 wins away, 15
Damn.
from the 300 club.
Yeah.
Uncle Chrome's got a ways to go to even get to 300. Steve, what is your name? Steve Harrison?
Yeah.
That's fine.
I was in the chat as my other page, and then I got locked out of there. The one that's the Wild Card Entertainment. So this is my backup channel I just started. That's still that pissed me off. My phone crashed, and I got locked out of my YouTube. So like the only way I can post videos is if I do live streams.
No, damn.
So I got to go to somebody to get it unlocked, of course, and lose more money.
YouTube sucks. What do you expect?
God, they do. Their algorithm is absolute ass.
Yeah, like Moss got a video taken down earlier because he talked about fucking weapons. It's like, grow a pair of balls, YouTube.
They got the boob emoji taken away.
Yeah, it's like
That was the best emoji too. Anytime that pervert cameraman, would appear, would load it up with the fucking boob emoji and stuff.
Yeah,
And you know what, Smokey, for just picking the UFC, like I think he's paid attention, like he was just a casual in the past, but like he only pays attention to it because of Moss. And for 112 to 76 for nobody like that didn't pay attention before, like that's not bad.
And had just started, like,
yeah.
Oh, actually, no, he's been doing it for hot minutes. I don't know, he's been doing it since the beginning of the year. He's had a 60%. Good respect to the Big Smoke.
Yeah, Big Smoke blew up, man. This guy's blowing up.
Who else can we attack that hopefully we are better than, or worse, usually worse?
Go to Imaker. Imaker is somebody that I followed. He's won twice already, but he I don't even think his percentage is very good, but he's got 2 fucking trophies.
Wait, was that felony I saw? No. Yeah,
there's Mrs. Dad Blue Light. There's Tropic Tom. Oh, D-Rest. What's D-Rest at?
Let's take a look. I think like the site's running a little quicker today, but maybe that's just me. Damn.
Holy shit, dude. That's the best one I've ever seen. 334.
Yeah.
Wow,
nice.
65%. Did he have trophies?
I don't think he's won one yet. Yeah, he's not even on top 10 for this year. So
dude, I'm like on page 7. Like I'm 34.
Let's find the boys. Let's see.
That guy was in contention. Was just there on the first.
A blind person do better than us.
I know, Blind Beauty.
Nah, she's cool.
Yeah, she's really cool. She's good at picking too.
Blind Beauty. I forgot about that.
God, well, there's Moss. You can't talk much. No, D-Russ 30 hasn't won yet, but he's doing really good.
Go to me. I think keep going until you see me. Look at West.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. No one here.
Donald Gage, Dryden.
Hey, I'm better than H.
You're 54, and there I am 48.
85.90 to 84.05. I'm getting my way back. Let's find Jamie.
He doesn't. He's going to be on one of the last pages because he just doesn't pick very often.
Hey,
I thought he picked more than he did.
He only did like 2 cards, but I guess that's still more than some people did.
He says he gave up at the beginning of the year. Oh, that's too bad, Jamie.
Quitter. You might be winning right now, Jamie. You never know.
I'm so surprised I got a trophy. Like I was like, you know, in your head, you're like, I'd love to get one. It's hard, dude, against
On a
fucking
pay-per-view, no less.
yeah, exactly. Like and on
181.
316th win.
Nah, good, Jamie. You did a great job. If you just cop out the 8 and the 1, you're doing great.
Well, God, if I don't go now, I'm not gonna go.
Go dream
Rex,
about
thank you for
Joshua
doing
Van.
these, man. I absolutely love doing this. I love chatting with you, and like we've always seemed to have like really good people on. Steve is awesome. You should come on more often, Steve.
I'll be going live tomorrow night after Tough.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
I found this channel by accident, actually.
The best and happy little accidents.
Yeah, and I love these streams, brother. I've been listening to the MMA holes since last year. I found them when Max knocked out Justin, and I had them on originally, and then for some reason I switched over to Guru because I didn't know anything about the MMA holes that night, and I remember Guru screaming like he woke me up when Max knocked him out, and I was like, I'm not gonna watch Guru anymore. Just for that, I was pissed, and so I started watching MMA holes and never looked back.
Yeah, Guru's a fucking joke.
Oh,
That's
he's
awesome.
a walking chode.
Thank you for showing up there, Jay Beers. As always, a great co-host, and go dream about Joshua Van.
Yes, I will. I gotta go to bed, guys. You guys take it easy, man. Peace out. See you guys tomorrow.
Night, Unc.
Yes.
Well, that's one of our dominoes fallen. I guess no one else wants to join them tonight, so we'll go a little bit longer, but not too much longer. What's going on, chat? Jamie, I'm in chat, but kind of tired. Fall asleep. If you're gonna fall asleep, Jamie, at least do it on stream again, like last night. You fucking weirdo. I remember. Yeah, I was like 17 on the WC.
Dreaming of catching Pat Barry in his sleep.
I think we all do. Fuck him. Father Time might be the only thing that can beat Marab.
Imagine the day he retires, where his stats will be.
Jesus, it could be another year, or it could be 5 more years. Marab could take shots. Remember, he split his head by he'll hurt himself more than anyone can hurt him.
Islam of his division.
Yeah, I think he's better.
Yeah.
Jamie, I was joking.
Beating Jack.
I was joking, Jamie. You don't need to come in and sleep at you. No, whatever. It'll be funny. Hi, Jamie. Can we make fun of your goat milk some more?
You do whatever you want.
Are you gonna put your Charles pick in to get to 200 picks or whatever?
I'm definitely gonna be having that.
Spend the rest of the show ripping on his goat milk.
That's all Moss does to us half the time. So we can't make fun of Moss because he actually does good. Everything sucks. Yeah. I kind of agree, but kind of like my mods.
What else could I say? Everyone's gay.
Exactly.
I guess that's the moral of the story.
We're here. We're queer.
I don't do it. Well, I gave up at the beginning of the year. Yeah, quitter. Subtone. And
Tone. I forgot about that dude. Yeah, I saw him for the first time on the stream the other night.
Yeah, Tone's cool. He's always been really chill. So yeah,
when did you start this page?
I've been doing the YouTube for like my first video was Derek Lewis Cyril Gahn card, and then I started streaming last Saturday. So this is my 6th stream, I believe, 5th or 6th.
Wow.
But I've been doing this for a while. Finally hit 100. Only took 4 years. Not my proud. We can forget that in the last part, but just streaming was a much needed addition because 2 videos a week does not get you far. So, but also getting raided by a giant MMA channel twice after a fight card helped a bit. Thank you, Moss.
Yeah, yeah, because I think I was on that one, and then I was on your first or your second, because I remember you saying something like, "I haven't done this a lot of times."
I still haven't. I still know what I'm doing. I still have no fucking clue what I'm doing, but we vibe.
You
I
do
think we should.
well.
Yeah, I finally figured out how to work StreamYard. If you know how to work StreamYard even a little bit, you could stream halfway decently. Like
Oof.
no, I'm not the MMA host. I will never be 10% of what they are, but I feel it's something. I give people a chance to hop on, talk about whatever you want, and vibe on a Monday night, Tuesday night, whatever night we're doing this shit. So just a vibe zone.
That's the way to do it. Just keep going with it, and whatever night. You got people like me who will be around. Jay Beers and his decrepit self.
Grandpa.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'll be going live tomorrow about the same time. So for talking about tough and bullshit like that. So and then I'll take Wednesday off. My plan is Saturday, Sunday or Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So 4 streams a week.
That's the way to do it. Yeah. Wednesday, I think, is the next Stanley Cup game.
Oh really?
It's big down here because it's the Florida Panthers, and they won 6-1 tonight, or I guess yesterday now. And so this place, I'm just watching to see if they win it all, because I want to see how crazy this area gets, because my neighbors were pretty drunk last year when they won.
Yeah, we have that and the NBA finals on right now. So a lot of big things in sports. So
Yeah, the that's right, the finals. I guess that's tomorrow, is it? Or is that
it's tomorrow.
Yeah, that is tomorrow.
Yeah, I believe, because I think 2 or 3 days in between finals games. So tied 1-1 at the moment, and I still think the Thunder should take it. So.
I felt good about the Thunder going in. Now I don't feel as good.
But that's been the whole story of the Pacers this year. You always think they're going to lose, and they pull it out their fucking ass. So Tyrese, man, people shit on that man for a while. I never got why people stopped hyping up Tyrese. That man's one of the best in the league.
It's so true. And OKC, I'm rooting for them, because I just, that was so dirty for KD when he left to go to Golden State. I was like, dude, you were the face of that franchise.
And now Shea's bringing on their first championship.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh.
After all the Supersonics bullshit as well, just to get that behind them, make their own legacy. I'm happy for them. So.
Yeah, it's so true. I mean, and the Pacers too. I mean, they went through a lot of years of getting close. I mean, yeah, they had Paul George and some competitive teams, but the NBA, I haven't watched it as much in recent years since I was really into it when the Lakers and Celtics were playing back in like 2010. And then sort of was getting a little away from it after that. And Golden State was like the one where they, not the one where they blew the 3-1 lead, but the series the next year after that, I was just like, all right, it's just the super team era now. And ever since,
thankfully that's died down after a while.
Yeah, which is good now. I mean, teams like OKC being where they are, because they're a team. They're not full of, like, we've got LeBald or, these Anthony Davis, or whoever you're talking about. Luka. You have a team.
It's now 2 well-rounded teams and not just 3 great players and bench warmers. So the NBA is looking the best it has in a long time. So, and right at the end of, like, LeBron's going to be done in another year. Curry, how much time does he have left? But they got hands ready to take that crown. Ant, Shea, Reese, Mitchell, Wemby, when he gets on a real team that has help. NBA's good.
Oh, NBA. Yeah. They're going to be fine. I think without, I mean, LeBron and Luka, the Lakers, like it's going to be interesting to see where
Yeah.
they go. But I mean, they don't need to just rely on LeBron anymore. They've got plenty of superstars and good teams. So it's interesting to see because it's definitely different basketball than like the
Yeah.
early 2000s and
Oh yeah, Jesus.
late
It's
90s. But still, it's back in those days you could just decapitate somebody and we'll just take a TV timeout.
yeah, like I think this is the best the NBA has looked since 2016. Because, like you said earlier, when KD jumped to Golden State, that's when the NBA died for a while. But I think it's really back to looking good.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they're bringing back Michael Jordan's going to be on the new Inside the NBA I saw, and
That'll be interesting.
he's gonna. They keep saying he's gonna torch the league now, but it's like, give it some credit. It's a little bit better than it was in recent years.
Yeah. Yeah, like I don't think the league was definitely worse a few years back. Now it's actually pretty solid. Like I think we've moved away from the bubble and LeBron era and the super teams, and now we just got really good teams. So it's good to see. It's really good to see. Like even though I don't watch basketball that often, even with the Cavs being good and being choke artists, I still like the NBA. It's always a good thing to have around.
Yeah, very true. I mean, I grew up in a small town in Virginia, in Charlottesville, Virginia, and they have UVA there, and they won the national title in 2019. But I didn't grow up a UVA fan. Enough now in Florida, and good at some sport around here because they were just at football and like baseball. They got better in like when I was in college finally, and they won a national championship there. But we don't really have like the closest sports teams. We're all DC, and those teams were just with the Wizards specifically, they would never win anything.
They
Like, they had
still
John
suck.
Wall was like,
They had Michael Jordan and sucked.
oh god, back in the day with when he was with Kwame Brown and
Yeah, like the Wizards are just doomed. The Pistons got good before they did. Come on.
yeah, like oh god, that was and it's just like they had was it Paul Pierce at the end of his career?
Yeah,
It's just
they're just
definitely not. No,
They're never gonna win a draft lottery.
DC is definitely more like people were hyped about the Caps for hockey, and they like
the fucking Redskins.
Yeah, God. Oh, I suffered through them my
They're good
entire
again, at least.
childhood. Huh. That team was. I was a big Sean Taylor was my favorite player back in the day, and then once he died, I was like, yeah, I think this team is gonna be just nothing for years. And they got Kirk Cousins for a while there, and I was like, yeah, but we'll probably blow that just like we do everything else. And then he left, and they've just eventually changed the name. And pretty much when I was like done watching them, all of a sudden they get Jaden Daniels, and they start to
great
be
again.
God,
what the fuck?
Even like the Nats won a championship before the Wizards did.
Yeah.
That was the last one before COVID, yeah. And I felt so bad for Bryce Harper, but I was like, well, you shouldn't have gone for the money, I guess.
Yeah, man. Like the fuck. So, but that's team sports for you. The UFC makes even less sense.
Yeah, it's crazy to look at goat milk because it's like the fantasy league for the UFC.
Yeah, Like, yeah, we need fancy UFC because fancy every other sport's popular. So why not get
So
fancy
true.
UFC?
I like that there's other organizations too, because like with the
Yeah.
NFL, I mean, the way that they squash every big
Fair.
league, like the USFL and XFL, all that stuff, and it's you don't see very many like superstars that they come out of like the G leagues and that kind of stuff, but you don't see them lighting it up over there and getting a lot of attention. So
Yeah,
it's
they
cool to
tried.
see. UFC
Yeah,
has like it has fans of the PFL, or people want to watch Game Bread FC or Bare Knuckle, and there's other stuff to go to, and not just like UFC or like cage fighting. There's
yeah,
Bare Knuckle, and there's Power Slap.
yeah. Combat sports is just more wide open, thankfully. So,
Hey
but
man,
they're
dude.
there's still one top dog, but there's a lot of other puppies in the park, I guess, if you want to put it that way.
That's so true. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where the UFC goes. I mean, especially after Dana leaves. I mean, will Dana leave
Ever.
altogether, or will he go to boxing? And people forget, yeah, he was big into boxing before the UFC. So
We're gonna find out what the fuck he does soon, I feel.
very soon. Yeah, I don't know, but I'm happy to stick around and give the UFC my money, even though they
Don't deserve it.
sometimes don't deserve it. Like a 15-minute press conference last week.
Yeah, like that shit was like fucking right through. So
Blinked and that was over. As some guy online too, when I commented on something on YouTube where I watched the Mac Life, where I was watching the press conference, and somebody made a comment like, "I can't believe this is only 15 minutes," and this guy was like, "Oh, are you really complaining about this being too long?" And I was like, "I don't think they're complaining that it's too long and it's
yeah,
15
like,
minutes."
yeah,
Like, what?
that's shorter than some fights. Like, come
Yeah,
on. You could have
exactly.
no, they have just strayed away from so much, and they're in such a weird position that who knows what they're gonna fucking do, what they're gonna do just for the rest of this year. Like, they're in such a weird spot.
It's yeah. I mean, I don't know if they're planning on mailing it in the way they are into the future. Thank God the fighters pick up the slack when they go out there, but
Yeah,
that's upsetting to see because they used to be so fun, those press conferences. The Diaz
man.
brothers throwing water bottles and Bisping drunk on stage, and
Yeah, and now they just do them to do them because they have to.
so we don't have to watch this staged stuff with the YouTube boxing. Like,
Yeah,
step your
Jesus
game
Christ.
up.
Yeah, that. Yeah, that's. I don't know. That's true. They're just gonna keep phoning it in.
Yeah, I don't know. Just can't get into boxing the same way, and definitely not YouTube boxing. Like I've interviewed a YouTube fighter before, like a guy that is calling out, like he's called out Tommy Fury to fight, and we're supposedly going to, but even still, it's just like all the people who were into Jake Paul and in KSI, it was like 7 years ago. Like, there's not interest in that at all anymore.
No, there's no money to be made there anymore, and there really shouldn't have been to begin with.
Yeah, yeah. Like, look at how it started. Like, it was big at first when Jake Paul knocked out. Speaking of Ben Askren, but it's just I think it died when Jake fought Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
Honestly, or maybe even before that.
when he got exposed against Tommy is when it really fell off, because then people really learned, oh yeah, this dude can't fight for shit.
That's true. Or actually, yeah, I was gonna say you could even argue that it was when he fought Tommy, because I mean Tommy was just. I listened to Bisping because for some reason my streaming would not work, so I just did his watch along, and that was so worth it because he was just annihilating. But and I thought he would be much more biased than he was toward Fury, but like the way that he was talking about it, I was like, I can't wait to actually watch the fight. And I was like, I don't know if Jake is doing as badly. It was just, and he was trying to count that the slip as a knockdown. I was like, even if you counted that as a knockdown, which it certainly is not,
Yeah.
you still got worked against the part-time Fury.
Yeah, the fucking bodybuilder. Like,
Oh,
the dudes whose only relevancy is being Tyson's brother.
yeah, and I mean, Connor, if he jumps in there, God bless, but it's like I don't think people really at this point want to watch you fight at all because you've talked it up so much, but they certainly don't want to see you box KSI. Like there might be for Jake Paul. I think that's really, it sucks to say, but they might end up fighting Canelo or Connor. Maybe one of them will fight Jake Paul in the future, but they shouldn't. And those guys, I mean, otherwise, yeah, there's going to be no interest for anything Connor does. If he goes to the UFC, that's it. Like, we want to watch you get murked in the UFC.
Yeah, like real fighting is barely getting views anymore. Why the fuck would anyone watch YouTubers who can't fight?
And you're gonna fight the worst Paul brother. You're gonna fight Logan. Like, give me a fucking break.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think they're going for the angle of, oh, he beat Chavez Jr. Who's going to watch? Canelo is not thinking about Jake for a while, but even when they do fight, it's like he's fighting him at the end of his career again. You're fighting an old dude or
a shorter, older dude. Like, that's all he fucking does. So that's Jake Paul boxing for you. Pathetic.
Yeah, he'll beat Chavez, and then I don't know. I think he should fight Vidal Riley, and if not, like, who's left for him? Logan.
He'll pick up some old MMA fighter again. Tony.
Yeah, exactly. Like Tony was talking about fighting KSI. I don't think KSI is gonna be boxing as much anymore. I mean, he just doesn't seem like he has the time, or he just doesn't have the interest in it.
He doesn't throw a temper tantrum. He doesn't throw a temper tantrum when he loses clearly anyway.
Yeah. Like, he did better against Tommy than I expected, but he still lost that fight. And like, just to be that pissed about it, it's like, what were you gonna parlay that into beating Tommy Fury?
I don't know. I don't fucking know. Like, they hit a gold mine of that YouTube boxing bullshit, and now they're just trying to squeeze fucking water from a stone. It's done. So it's fucking done. Boxing's already dead. Now you're making it lower level boxing? No.
That's why I think Darren Till is exciting for it, and why Bare Knuckle. It's like, thank God that you have that, because I feel like a lot of those YouTube guys are, the less popular it becomes, they're gonna try and jump over there and do Bare Knuckle or something. You know, God bless if you can make something out of it, but there are some people that are legit and bare knuckle, and they're gonna learn quick. Like that guy, not Bryce Hall.
Yeah.
Like, some guys have gotten into BKFC, and it's like, all right. I mean, you hung around in your first fight, and great, but if you put him in there with like a Jeremy Stevens, say what you want about him in the UFC, but god damn, that would be ugly.
Yeah, respect for stepping in there, but you're gonna find out real quick this ain't some fucking fake bullshit. Like BKFC is legit. You're going to get into a real fight. This ain't KSI's undercard. So
It's sad. I mean, like to watch these guys just their egos be so out of control, and it's like just like KSI when he was trying to list his resume. And he's like, I beat Joe Fournier. I could like, oh, I felt it in my body, the cringe.
yeah,
Oh, like Jake is like, well, they always doubt me. It's like, well, because was your best win Nate Diaz?
yeah, fucking like I don't know what the fuck they're trying to hype up. Like there's nothing to hype up. Like Jesus Christ, man, you're kind of just fucking trying to hype up shit that doesn't matter. That's not impressive.
I was surprised with Nate and George. That was a better fight than I thought it would be, but
yeah,
I mean,
that was better than their UFC fight.
Yeah, oh my god, that was such a interesting night when that ended. I was like, I damn near threw my phone across the room because I knew it was coming too. I was like, when is Nate's eye gonna open up? And sure enough, it did. But their boxing, yeah, that fight, that boxing match was much better than when they were in the UFC, and it was actually like, I mean, it seemed like they were kind of building it up at first, but then they had that little melee, the outdoor press conference they did, or like some interview, and
yeah,
it was on after that, and that was somebody for a while there I thought was going to fight Jake. I thought that he was going to box George, but then they had that podcast together, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess that was just bullshit. They're not really beefing.
So I guess George didn't care about that silly little payday. So I guess he wouldn't fucking take a dive for him.
Yeah, like he's gonna. Yeah, I don't know if George is gonna. Who is he gonna fight if he comes back to the UFC? I don't think
it's not happening. Like he's been talking about that for years now. It's not happening. They're not wasting their time bringing him back. You get nothing out of it.
Even still, I think Leon would beat him.
Yeah, I think everyone top 15 beats him. I think a lot of unranked guys beat him. He's too old. He can't. He's not who he was, and he wasn't even good. His prime is so overrated. He was not even that good to begin with. So
yes, like Darren Till. I mean, that was the weight cut, and I mean, props to him for the 6 day. But I could tell he was trying too hard to the 6 day. The short notice against Usman.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, he's gonna ride that out so hard. And when he got in there, he fought the second time against Usman actually in Jacksonville a couple years before I moved there, and got starched in that fight. And then I knew it was over right then, but when he fought Colby, that was the nail in the coffin because Colby he took him down at will and that entire night. And I remember when George caught him like in the third round or the second round, and Colby like dropped to a knee, but he got right back up and he was like, "Oh, I took a knee for the first responders."
Yes, that's Colby for you. That's exactly what he would say to a T. So I'm not shocked by that.
That was really Colby's last Big win too. Like who did
His
he?
last win.
Or that was his last win. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. It was against George. Like it makes it all so much better because I mean that fight sold for sure, but I expected it to go that way, and then he just I hate to say it, but I think Colby, I mean, love him or hate him, I think it happened again where a fighter just kind of squandered their prime,
Yeah.
kind of
I
moved
agree.
on without him, the UFC, and it's a shame.
Yeah. But that's the life.
Buckley put it on him when they fought in Tampa.
Yeah. That was not even a fight, to be honest. It was just a beating.
Yeah,
But
he absolutely mauled him. I mean, they were saying they thought, oh, maybe if they were in Vegas, it would have kept going much further. It's like if it would have gone further, Colby actually probably would have been on the canvas unconscious. Who knows?
yeah. So, but that's that. Like that's Colby's career pretty much over, and we'll see what they do with him next. But sorry, chat. Let's get back. I forgot. We took a little bit of time to just talk. What's going on, chat? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
good. I didn't even realize it was 2:15 where I'm at.
Yeah, same here. Fights I wish we could see before they retired: Garbrandt Cruz 2, Cejudo Moreno. Those would have been good fights, but one's not happening, and neither are happening at this point. But those would have been pretty good. I'm shocked they didn't do Cody Cruz too, but I guess the timelines never fucking ran up. Let's not talk about a Knicks fan here. Sorry, Tone. Yeah, hey, you got the farthest you have in what 20 years, 30 years. So better than nothing. Katie left for a ring, 2 rings, in fact. So hey, I fuck him, but he got what he wanted. Damn, bro, I was in high school when Kobe won that. Started looking good by 2018. Yeah. I heard today Katie wants to go to the Spurs. Who knows where Katie is going to go this offseason?
Yeah, but it's a good question.
Him and Giannis. Who knows where those two are going?
I could see the Spurs.
I would love to see him, Wemby, and Fox. That'd be a good team.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, how old is KD now? Is he 34?
Yeah, he's in his getting to his mid-30s. So.
Wow. He used to go. He's from. I think he's from DC because he used to go clubbing there a lot in the off season.
Yeah. Yeah, there's always been rumors. I remember when he was leaving OKC, there was rumors about him going to DC to join Beal and Wall. That would have left him with still no championships. But yeah. So sorry, DC. Now you got Jordan Poole. Now you got Jordan Poole and Kyle. Well, you trade Kuzma.
Yeah.
You got Jordan Poole and some dude named Sar no one's ever heard of. But MJ brought them up a bit because, I mean, shit, that was an extra trash they needed MJ. Yeah, all MJ did on the Wizards was put a little bit of sparkles on garbage.
I heard that MJ was supposed to be, like, he wanted to be an owner.
He always does.
Yeah, he wanted the cut of the Wizards, and the guy was like, I'll only give you ownership if you play for the Wizards.
Yeah, I heard that.
They had they had potential. Just he was too old at that point. I mean, they had Charles Oakley, and if Kwame Brown would have been more focused, but they were just some ass by that point.
Old MJ could only do so much. So, yeah. Is Jamie sleeping? Yeah, he fell asleep and I guess dipped out. Dana gonna take over boxing. He's gonna try. We'll see if he succeeds. Starting off with Canelo Crawford's a good start. So
yeah.
we'll see. Good riddance to Dana. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people feel that way at this point. Nick Diaz, KJ Noons, good fight.
Oh yeah.
Listening to Share Dog Radio. Man, Share Dog, I don't think anyone uses that anymore. Jesus. Who wins?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who wins the upcoming boxing match between Jake and Chirez? Just beat Uriah Hall in boxing. I'm guessing Jake's the much bigger guy. I would have to imagine knowing Jake Paul. So if he is much bigger, and Julio Cesar is probably not even that good. He's 39 years old. Well, about the same height, but yeah, Jake should probably win this. So, and this will be I beat a real boxer. Yeah, sure you did.
Face of boxing. Yeah, I think it's the 28th they fight, I want to say. Jake and Chavez.
Yep. So, yeah. Well, is there even a good card under them? Holly Holm. Nope.
Yes. I was going to say Holly, like boxing. I think it's a little too.
Well, she was
late
actually a
interest.
boxer before UFC career, before MMA career, but she's also like 50. So,
like her boxing is.
for being a
another
former
one.
boxer, I never thought her boxing was that good. She was a good kicker. Her boxing, her hands were always kind of weak.
Yeah, she really got upped because of the outboxing Rondo, which is not saying much.
Yeah, that was so overhyped. So, I think anyone could do that. So, Pena could do that, for fuck's sake. So, yeah. Connor Ben, Chris Eubank was exciting. I did hear that was great. I did hear that was really good. Is Jamie passed out? Yeah, he dipped out of here. Have a good night, Jamie. Do y'all think Till is ducking Mike Perry? Probably not. I think they're probably just waiting for the right time and the right money to do that because everyone wants to see it.
Yeah, it would be. I have a hard time believing that. Yeah, that Till is ducking him, but
yeah, they should have fought in the UFC, but they're probably going to box soon. Maybe I could see that being a BKFC main event.
Yeah, I was surprised that they hadn't fought already, and then I'm like, well, you know what? I'm kind of glad they didn't. I want to see them in BKFC because Till is made for that, and obviously Mike has become the face of it. I mean, he's got to be because Connor gets so coked up he goes to the wrong city.
Yeah. So that's Connor for you. Jeremy Stevens versus Eddie Alvarez was so damn good. Yeah, BKFC is always delivering. The little BKFC I have watched has always been good. So it's hard to make two people punching each other without gloves not exciting.
That's true. Yeah, Eddie was. I figured that would be the end of him if he lost.
He's just taking back-to-back beatings.
His best win is old man Silva.
Would that be Jake Paul's best win? I think his best win is the Tyron Woodley knockout overall. The youngest, best win he probably has. And again, Tyron Woodley, who's garbage. So.
Yeah, I think actually that is a good point because that was a highlight win. And I mean, Nate beating him, it would have been different if he beat like 2016 Nate, who was sparring with Andre Ward, but I don't think.
Yeah,
Nate.
Name quality wise, he has a great resume. Then you look at what years those wins happened, it's not a great resume. Yeah, Ben Askren, Nate Diaz, Anderson Silva, Mike Tyson, Tyron Woodley. Great resume. When did you beat him again?
It's like, you may as well fight your brother. I mean, I really want to see Jake has to fight Vidal Riley next. I feel like that's realistic because Canelo's not going to happen for a while, and you want respect. He should have fought Tommy Morrison's son, Duke Morrison, but
Jake's going to try and pick the easiest layups possible.
You may as well box Colby at this point.
Don't give him ideas. He probably will. Decline of Colby Cruz, Cejudo, and TJ. Yeah, man, that era, that 2010s era, it's just those guys are declining and have declined.
People want to think about it.
Van gonna fight Royval. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Insane news. Can't fucking wait for that. The women in BKFC are more excited than the UFC women. Yeah, because they actually want to fight. They're not just models. And let's be honest, like they're not just either shitty fighters who, like, yeah, like that's a low bar. Like, and I'm not one of those idiots who like, oh, women's MMA sucks. But yeah, most of the time it's not great, and that's because either A, they're just models, Tracy Cortez, or they're just not good. Like, yeah, let's be honest, Kayla Harrison Pena was terrible, but Kayla smashed her. So.
I mean, that's so true. They just they're not getting in there to play around, whereas it's like Paige is kind of just those types of people. I'm glad that you're an adrenaline seeker, but there's some people who are not going in there just doing it for the, I don't want to say attention, but it kind of feels that way with some of these people, honestly.
Yeah, really respect to Paige for actually being a decent looking female and doing this crazy bullshit, but outside of her, most of, like, let's again, like Lipsky, Cortez, like a lot of these good looking females are not going to go to BKFC when they get cut. They're going to go to OnlyFans. So
yes, or they started on OnlyFans, like the one who knocked down Paige, Ellie something.
Yeah, like it's just so like the woman's side of things are just a little different, like especially like UFC to boxing, especially bare knuckle bullshit. So that's just how it is right now. So, but yeah, women's MMA is getting better. I hope. Yeah, they're gonna get that Nunez super fight. So
come a long way from the night I blacked out watching Holly Holm knock out Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
I think that's the first female fight I can really remember even watching. Because I don't even remember watching it technically, but like being like aware that, oh, there are women fighting. I'll admit it, because if there were other ones, I do not know about it. I knew about some female boxers, but as far as women's combat, but it has gotten better for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely getting in the right direction. And like I said, they got the Nunez Harrison super fight, which people were hyped about that. That pop Nunez got on Saturday was insane. They got, hopefully they do Whaley and Valentina. Like, that could be a pay-per-view right there. Nunez Harrison and Whaley Valentina, main and co. That'd be a great pay-per-view.
That would be right. And then, God, like to see what that sets up next. I think they could easily ride that for main and co-main.
Yeah. Like, women's MMA can, yes, again, a lot of the low-level shit's bad, but when you get to the higher levels, it's not awful. So, it's getting, again, I never thought I'd see a female fighter get a pop like that in a UFC arena. Nunez's pop was one of the loudest ones of the night. So,
I loved it. It would suck because, I don't know, I was worried about Kayla when I saw the weight cut.
I don't know how she fucking does it.
God, yeah, people were talking about like Pena, worrying about her, and I was like, I don't know. I'm more worried about Harrison, and then she just went in, and that's exactly what I said on the press conference live the other day. The MMA holes won, because I was like, if Pena can't get anything going by the end of the second round, I think it's going to be a long night for her. And sure enough, got subbed at the end of the second.
She just had no chance. She weighed, 20, 30 pounds less. She's not even a good fighter to begin with. the point deduction in round 1, she was screwed. So
Oh,
she
man.
was just a stepping stone for Nunez Harrison to be booked.
It was just yeah. That was an absolute pillar to post domination in there, and I mean Nunez. It's going to be interesting to see because which one shows up against Kayla. I'm not sure.
We'll
But
see how washed Nunez is.
like how long has Nunez been out?
About 2 years. She retired like mid 2023, so about 2 years.
Wow, she's been out 2 years already.
And now she's coming back against Kayla. I don't like it. I don't like the idea for Nunez because it might just fuck up her legacy getting beat. Because good chance it happens.
Like, could you imagine if it's Nunez comes back and it's like what she did to Ronda?
Imagine, yeah. If her legacy couldn't get any better. And then, but if Kayla wins, where do you go with her now? She can't go. You're gonna have her go fight Raquel Pennington after that? Like, they would have to get Cyborg at that point. They would have to get Cyborg back some way.
It's true. I mean, Cyborg, God, even that, because I mean, the way my buddy, I remember, watching Cyborg and Nunez, and
Dude, he
went out to get something in his car, and he missed the entire fight, and like he opened the door right as they were standing over top of, like, the ref was checking on Cyborg, and just the look on his face when he came back into my friend's house, he was like, damn it. But I remember right before he came back in, the last blow that Nunez landed on her, and it was just like, holy shit, we were watching the best female of all time. But if Kayla starches her, that'll be hard to watch.
But yeah, it would just prove the point. It was a dumb idea to come back after that long of a layoff against Kayla. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Nothing to prove. Really, nothing to prove.
She's going in the Hall of Fame in a few weeks, for fuck's sake.
I don't like it. Yeah, I thought about it when she was in the octagon with her, and I was like, this is going to be hype, but I mean, are people so sure that Amanda's going to come back and win this? I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like if people, like, I've seen people say, oh, Nunez is going to start her. I don't think people are factoring in how long Nunez has been gone for, how old she is, and how good Kayla actually is.
Oh.
So I wonder if they actually have betting odds for that fight yet, since it's a future fight. Like, because if Kayla's like a big underdog, that could be free money, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh wow, Kayla's the opening favorite. Interesting.
I mean, God, yeah. Kayla has been. Is this her second fight this year?
No. Pena was her first fight this year, I believe. Yeah. She fought twice last year.
That inactivity.
But she can't fight much. Like, Kayla can't fight much because that weight cut.
That's true.
Actually,
because she's been at it, though, and that's what people underestimate, because
they gotta do that fight at featherweight. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, it's so true. If she comes back and fights for, I mean, I don't know. That has to be a headliner.
Or co-main to, like, MSG.
True. Yeah.
Like, imagine that co-maining. I know it's never happening, but Jones Aspinall? Like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, God, yeah.
So, or even like right here, Pierre Ankalaev. That'd be a badass card.
Ankalaev and Alex again. Yeah, that could be. Because I feel like they would try and probably do that, right? And it would bring more eyeballs for women's fights in the future if they're a co.
But
they
people are saying it's
could,
the biggest female fight of all time, so it might be a main.
yeah.
I'm intrigued to see how they book that and when they book it. Might be next year, to be honest.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, God, if they ever figure out what's going on with Tom and John, I think that makes the most sense, right? MSG, I mean, put them in there, hard to pass up the history and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
John
like
though, imagine if John fights Ngannou instead, that would be.
yeah, he wants to. Like fucking Nunez Cyborg was a co-main to a not even a big fight. So a Jones fight, but not even a big one, not even a big arena. So I think that's a bigger fight. I think that was a bigger fight. So who knows if Nunez Harrison will main, but we're gonna find out.
God help us if Kayla wins against her, because we'll never hear the end of it from Ali.
Yeah, Jesus. Again, at that point, you gotta get Cyborg, like at
You
that
do.
and I think Cyborg is just still not human. So I think she would probably beat Kayla. I've always
I
thought that.
can see it. I mean, she's not. I mean, Cyborg's definitely. She's always ready to go, and she's been more active, and I think she has the style to handle Kayla. Whereas it was just an awful fight for Cyborg against Amanda, stylistically.
You'd have to Nunez. You'd have to Cyborg Harrison at like lightweight.
Yeah, that.
At this point in time, they can't make bantamweight or featherweight. I don't think.
God, they're gonna be the way Kayla looks. I mean, they're up there with like DDP, the way she's looking.
Yeah. So
God, I can't wait for some of these fights later this year, but
it's gonna be good. It should be a decent end of the year for the UFC if they finally can get Tom Aspinall something. If they can finally do something with a few fighters. Marab will probably fight again this year. Volk hopefully gets a book soon. Islam JDM. Again, Kayla Nunez probably early next year, but maybe this year. Wailing Valor always floating around. The Ankle Live Piero needs to happen again. So they have a lot of potential for shit. They just gotta actually book it, which seems to be their problem.
yeah, I mean, they could even do something like next year. Connor, what if he came back and they had Amanda on the same card, two champs? I mean,
Yeah.
I'd welcome that, even though Connor would probably lose to Chandler at this point.
Yeah, I think they're done even trying to book Connor. They're not going to waste their breath doing that bullshit. They're done with that. Dana's not that stupid, I hope.
We'll get to maybe finally get the fight we've all wanted, Connor and Buckley.
Yeah. No, I am not Latino. Thank you, Yoda. But yeah, I think they're done with Connor. If Connor were to fight again, it would either be Chandler or Nate, I think.
Man, that's to think that was the first stream that MMA Holes did, because I remember that so clearly. That was.
Yeah.
I watched the first one, 196, with Connor and Nate, and at the time I was shocked, which now I look back on it, I'm like, of course Connor lost
Yeah.
that one, because it was just for so many reasons. The cardio, it was, Nate had been at 170, and
Yeah.
that second one I was pretty drunk for that one, but I remember that it'd be like in the fourth round, just my friend who he's a pro boxer now, but at the time he was just doing MMA, and he was the biggest Connor fan when he came around, and I was just like, oh, he's come this close. And the fifth round,
I remember when Nate got that takedown in the last like 10 seconds, and I was like, "Ah, just beat the clock." And
Yeah.
then Nate was pissed that he didn't get the decision. But I'm like, what was it gonna do, Nate? Like, you're at 170. Connor's not gonna hold that belt ever, and we never got to really see. Yeah, I mean, Connor never really did anything at 170 that was true 170-pound fighters that he went against.
Connor's prime ended when he left featherweight. So I stick
Yep.
by that. I don't care that he beat Eddie Alvarez. That's not impressive.
No, because I mean, Eddie after that, he was able to beat Gaethje, but it's like that's who has not done that at this point. It's safe to say it because Gaethje's always game, but
Yeah.
that's what Ali was saying today on Twitter. He was like, or somewhere, he said, apparently it was like, yeah, Gaethje's won 3 of his last 4. It's like, how are you not going to put him in there for a title fight against the winner of Charles and Ilya automatically? And it's like, because did you watch him against Charles and he got knocked out by Max? It's like, I hate to say that about Justin because Justin has done, he's stepped up to the plate a lot, but I just don't see him automatically being given a title shot. I mean, you've got Patty and Armin who are in the mix. It's, but never say never, I guess, because they gave it to Moicano, but that was kind of like they had to give him that, right?
Yeah, I think they'll probably do Justin and Patty later in the year, and the winner will fight whoever the champ is.
I think so, yeah.
I don't know where the fuck Armand fits in all of it, but...
Yeah, and people forget that Armin, I mean, but he already lost to Islam, so it's like...
And he fucked himself pulling out the night before the title fight. So...
Oh...
Like, Dana doesn't like that shit when you do that, so...
I hated seeing it. I mean, because I also just... I knew Moicano from the start. I didn't like his energy. It was just... I knew it was going to be...
He was not ready.
He got ragdolled in that one. I mean, it sucks because, Moicano is another one who's always game, but when Islam won that, I was like, I never expected there to be Bilal and Islam, but then again, I never expected there to be
JDM and Islam.
Oh.
Well, if he wants to run from Ilya, he got his wish.
Yeah, right. Like, I think there's going to be, yeah, I mean, maybe it was you who said it earlier, but like there has to be, if Marty wins this Saturday, there has to be Bilal and Usman, but
yeah, you got to do that. But even if he loses, you might do that shit. Fuck.
I think I think it inevitable, honestly, that Bilal at some point will fight Usman, and he'll probably get I think he's going to win pretty easily.
In 2025, more than likely. I think he's probably got better striking at this point, and Usman's just too old. I don't think, honestly, when he gets smashed by Buckley this week, it's probably the end of Kamaru.
God, sad to say. I mean, who would he beat at 185? That's
nobody.
Yeah,
I truly don't. And actually, it's funny Tone asked that question, and it's supposed to be a perfect way to end the night because I think we should wind this down. I think we just kind of answered it, but who do? We got Usman or Buckley? It's Buckley.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think it might be more one-sided than a Colby fight, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it sucks because I do think Usman maybe could have, had a highlight move against Hamza, but still probably would have lost to him if it was a 5-round fight.
Yeah.
3 rounds.
Now a 2-year layoff after that, moving back down to welterweight against an on-fire Buckley.
Oh, yeah, like that's how you respect the champ. Like he was years ago, I think that would have been, the way Buckley is now against Usman back when he fought Colby the first time. But now it's just going to be.
Yeah,
I kind of, back in my head, I'm hoping that he shocks us, and I mean, God Almighty, if he wins. But I think either way, Usman and Bilal seems a little bit more real now that Bilal isn't holding the belt. So, but my money is it's on Buckley 100%.
Yeah, if Buckley comes out with a leg kick game plan, no less, Jesus, the fight might end in round 1.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, maybe the toughness will hold up for Usman, but I'm with you. I mean, I see it maybe going to round 2, and then I want to say leg kicks him all the way out of the building, or there's I don't know, maybe a TKO. We'll see.
Like, if it went deep at round 4 or 5, I think Usman would start taking over, but I don't think, A, I don't think it's going to go that deep, and B, I think by that point Buckley would already be up like 3-0. So, could Usman pull off the upset? It's possible, but he would need to survive early and have Buckley gas, which I don't think is going to happen.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's pretty much the only way is if he drags him into deep waters, maybe gets a sub if he's just totally winded. But I think it's going to be easier than Colby. I mean, that's why people have to give respect to Colby. I mean, he was game to fight Buckley while he was streaking, and
yeah,
I mean, he did take it into the end of the 3rd round, whereas
he
I don't
he
think
took his beating and kept moving forward. That's one of you guys. That's Colby.
Yeah, I mean, and he didn't back away. They didn't really do a lot of press for that one, of course, but I think it was just that was never going to be a problem for Buckley. So I see him relatively easily putting Marty away. Honestly, I'm sticking with TKO.
Yeah, Usman's last win was Colby 3.5 years ago. That's insane.
I walked out of that fight that night. I watched it at B-Dubs in Virginia, and I was like, you can argue that Colby maybe won that second fight. At the first one, absolutely
You could never
not.
make a case. Yeah, you can make a case for 3, 4, 5 Colby. The only, I get everyone says 10-8 round 2 for Kamaru. I think that's weak.
Yeah, I left like, well, maybe this was a robbery, but yeah, I mean, God, to think that's his last win. It's Usman's wrestling though. Yeah, that's what I'm
I think Buckley's
thinking.
stronger now. I think Buckley's gonna be able to either shrug him off or end up on top in these scrambles.
God, it could be like the reverse of Usman and Woodley, except now Kamaru's on the ground getting beaten up for 5 rounds.
But Buckley actually has ground game and ground and pound. And I don't think Usman's going to survive. I don't see Usman surviving, to be honest. At his age, at his state, with his legs, how they are, it's going to be. This is probably the last time we see Marty walk. Unless he pulls the rabbit out of his ass or he looks good, even in a loss, I don't see Marty fighting again and surviving this fight.
Yeah, I think his name is giving him the main event here, but
yeah,
I mean, Buckley's sort of just tuning up for, maybe he's just getting his tune up for Kevin Holland. Who knows?
Ian Gary.
Yeah, Ian. I think it's Ian. Makes the most sense.
He's gonna fight Ian after this, and then the winner of that will probably get a title shot.
And then Shavkat, I guess, will
fight Sean Brady.
That's what I think, right? Yeah, Bilal, for a second there, I was like, if Bilal wins, I guess it's gonna be Bilal maybe and Shavkat, or Bilal and Sean Brady didn't make a whole lot of sense because he already beat him.
Yeah, I think we're probably gonna get Brady and Shavkat. We're probably gonna get Leon and Michael Morales. Ian versus Buckley, and Bilal Maybe he does fight Shavkat. Maybe Brady's the backup for Islam JDM. I wouldn't be shocked at that. So
Yeah.
there's some options. The welterweight looks pretty good right now, thanks to JDM, and should be interesting. I think Morales and Leon's like rumored, so that's kind of already out there. Who fucking
That'll
knows
be
where Shavkat
interesting.
is?
I wonder where that would be. Yeah, that's going to be. I can't wait, honestly, to see what Michael can do. I mean, I didn't get to watch him against Gilbert, but
He looked flawless. Trust me, he looked fucking flawless.
God, it sucks for Gilbert. I mean, a nice dude, but I expected it to go his way winning that fight, Michael Morales, and sure enough, I mean, everything I was seeing, on Twitter, they're like, that was a damn near perfect performance. But him against Leon could be even easier.
Yeah, Leon's garbage and just mentally broken anyway. So
It sucks, man. Yeah, after giving us headshot dead, it's just been.
he's been dead. He
We'll
got
see.
head.
Hell
He
of a
got
year
head
ahead of
slammed.
us.
Welterweight's interesting again.
Yeah, we have made welterweight great again. That's for sure.
Thank you, Jack Della.
Oh,
But I think I'm gonna close up the stream there. I think 3 hours just hit the 3 hour mark. I think that's where I'd call the stream. So
hey,
thank you
completely get
for
it.
thank
This
you for
was
stepping up.
great time, man. Yeah, I definitely want to do more of these. I'm gonna try hard to be. I'm going a little ways away tomorrow with my fiance to do a little like day trip to the beach. I hope, because if it rains, we're not gonna. But either way, I'm gonna try and make it onto your stream tomorrow night, and we'll do this
Thank you.
again.
Yeah, again tomorrow, like I said, tomorrow night I'll be live, so hopefully we'll get the gang back on tomorrow. And yeah, so thank you for coming on and being a great co-host.
Yes, sir, man. You're great at this, and just keep it up the way you have been.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Have a great night.
Absolutely, man. You too.
And that's that, gang. Thanks for showing up, everyone. Great fucking stream. Had a blast. And yeah, hope y'all enjoyed a little Monday stream, especially with no Moss and 100 sub celebrations and UFC 316 talks and UFC Atlanta talks and random bullshit talk. And yeah, thank you all for showing up for 3 hours. Time flies, man. Just one thing I wanted to point out, chat. Yoda, how long did you get timed out for? If I don't know if that was a joke or not, so hopefully it wasn't too long. So I hope Jamie didn't time me out for too long. But yeah, thank y'all for coming in. Most of y'all were cool in chat. And a few bad jokes and a few trolls here and there, but shit happens. And either way, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Thank you for showing up. And I'll see y'all tomorrow for some tough talk and some UFC Atlanta talk and just whatever else comes to mind. So around the same time tomorrow, later in the day, at least for me, and whatever time it is for you. And yeah, I can't think of anything else to say. Thank you to all the co-hosts, Jamie, J Beers, Steve. All definitely made this more watchable than just listening to this dickhead for 3 hours. And thank you. Thank all of you for 100 subs. This is a great celebration on this beautiful Monday night as we begin UFC Atlanta Fight Week. So we'll talk about that more tomorrow. And as always, unless I'm going to say something which I don't believe I am, RX, as always, out. Good vibes only and always.